I caught you with a go on the stream. Hello, everybody.
Oh, awkward. Cringe.
Yeah, that's very awkward.
I hit the button a bit too early. I
So
might...
embarrassing. That's so embarrassing.
A little bit trigger happy there, are we, Mr. DM?
A little bit, yeah. It may even be cut off a bit, so it might just be an oh.
Even more awkward.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Polymorphed D&D. I hope you are having a lovely weekend. Now we're back to ruin it. Let's get right into the recap. Or first of all, we're technically celebrating our 4th year of this, this is like the 4-year anniversary of this campaign from when we started, or it will be in 4 days. So, yay for this campaign, I guess. Anyway, yeah, and last time we had the 100th streamed session thingy as well, so a lot of milestones right now. Anyway, last time we started off with some continued conversations at the Lizardfolk residence with Brisa and her sister Arisa is also there. You then kind of started off by gathering the rest of the party that were back at the Roper and Cloaker. There was a bit of a discussion there. Initially, the plan was just to send people invisible through the streets, but after some implications that something might go wrong, the plan changed to some polymorphing and wild shaping to fly over to the Lizardfolk residence instead. Once you'd all gathered, you had some discussions about what you're going to do next, and after that, Dara basically went on a bit of a solo mission to use her ability to move through the city disguised and able to communicate with people to your advantage. And so Dara returned to the Roper and Cloaker, where she encountered Raethran, a farmer from the village of Rastaril. And he was kind of muttering to himself, seemingly a bit insane maybe, just sitting there in a corner. And as it turns out, he was the sole survivor of an illithid attack on his home village, leaving everyone he knows and loves dead, and him as the only person to make it back to Sharanth and the safety that the city walls offer. After that, though, Dara had a bit of a conversation with Jaras, the innkeeper, or Jaras. And after this conversation, Dara wrote a bit of a letter and handed it over, where there was a confession that you are the ones responsible for the attack on Inquisitor Shai Yalshan's office, like the day before, or maybe it was the day before, I think, or was it the same day? I don't even know.
The same day.
Yeah, it was probably, it was in the morning of that day, probably. Anyway, you guys are moving like crazy over here.
Yeah. It's just to separate the fact that level 9 we were very slow and took things easy, and now we're just moving train.
True. You got a note back though, where it kind of turned out that you made a good choice, as you were told to head to Ragon's Amethyst, and before you went there, you took a quick detour to order a cloak for Storm with a bioluminescent dye that in a spider web pattern, like tie-dye make, that you haven't picked it up yet, but you're basically free to pick it up more or less now, I guess, because you've been busy since. You then headed off to Ragon's Amethyst, where you, Dara, encountered a pair of nearly identical twins that you were escorted by and blindfolded to an unknown house, where Dara was able to speak with Karash Heron and the True Shades. And Karash, of course, recognized Dara as Shauna Raethran's daughter, having known the elder Raethran relatively well as colleagues within Symposium Hall, or the Council of Symposium Hall. Due to this previous kind of connection and knowing that the Raethrans were an honorable family that were on the right side of history, so to speak, he offered a collaboration, since the True Shades are lacking in the enforcer department, so to speak. And so they're in need of someone, out there able to fight the Sisterhood. And so you kind of agreed, but first you were going to take the co-workers to Karosh so that he could meet with all of you. So Dara returned to the Lorarian household. There you were served some dinner, some angler fish, but of course it was rare in how it was cooked. So or maybe it was medium rare. No, I think it was rare.
It was rare.
So severely undercooked to some, and just right to others. Jaxson, of course, was not super happy to have that as his dinner, and continues to struggle with the cuisine of the Underdark. But eventually, after that dinner, you all headed off together to seek out the True Shades. There, you were finally provided with a plan how to take down the Sisterhood's rule over the city, and the idea is to eliminate as many as possible of the 4 lieutenants of the Sisterhood within the city. Those being the Inquisitors Shai Galshan and Veshmerin, Priestess Elsara, and Mistress Malison Gorashan. Of course, since you have previously kind of alerted Inquisitor Shai Galshan to your activities, the idea is that maybe you'll have to leave her alive, or at least deal with her last, since security will already be as tight as possible around her, whereas the others are still vulnerable to hit. And so the idea is to take out at least the other 3 of them within a short time span before they can kind of regroup and figure out what is going on, and get reinforcements and protect the still living lieutenants. And the entire plan, or the reason for all this, is to lure Consort Wirus, who has been left in charge over the city, lure him out of his quarters within Symposium Hall, as he is the only person that knows the location of the Bastion of Shadows, and therefore the key to reaching Shadow Mother Verizara. And where we last left off, you had pretty much just left the True Shades, I believe. And your idea was that the next step of your activities down here was probably to do some scouting and figure out how you're going to go about all this.
Yes, sir.
Also worth mentioning that within Symposium Hall there's the anti-magic thingy that only selectively affects everyone that isn't chosen within its system. So fighting someone like Mistress Malison Gorashan, who's within the Symposium Halls, would probably be difficult if you didn't deal with that first. Well, yeah, you're back outside on the streets, unless there's something else you wanted to talk about with anyone inside. What do you do?
Well, I suppose I don't know if I've casted invisibility, but I'm gonna cast invisibility.
You can do that.
Yeah. Da.
What time was it of the day?
I am not sure, but you've been doing quite a lot today, and had a
Should be
lot
like
of short
evening,
rests.
early
so,
evening or
yeah, you
something
had
like
dinner last session with the whole anglerfish
I
thingy, so
thought we talked about sleeping there or something.
Yeah,
so
that's
it
what
could
I
be
said.
quite late.
you talked about sleeping there, but then Dara went and got your rooms at the Roper and Cloaker anyway, because Breeza also doesn't want to be involved with the True Shades. So while she offered to still let you stay at her place tonight, you would have to go back to the Roper and Cloaker the day after, or just go there straight away since you already have rooms paid for.
Well, Dara will fetch that cloak that would be finished later today. So that.
Back
I
to the
can do that.
tavern.
Back to the tavern.
All right. So you'd probably all go together for the cloak, since it's, or drop the others off at the tavern first, since it's easiest to get through the crowd with invisible people if there is someone like leading the charge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So regardless, whichever way you go about it, when you're back at the tavern, Storm, you finally get your cloak, and it is this rather nice, dark cloak with some bright, glowing spider web pattern kind of thing to it.
3 gold, you said?
God, I actually don't remember. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Oh, thank you.
I think it was 3 gold.
Yeah, probably.
Dara,
Yeah.
buy me one of those, like, with a tabard.
A tabard that's
Yeah.
this. Do you want like a specific pattern or like
Yeah,
the
this-
Let
same?
her do it. She did it good.
I want to match Storm here. So we
Oh,
are
shit.
Okay.
and a
I'll-
cloak too, just in case I need to use a cloak.
Wait, I'm gonna put that down in my notes. Tabard and a cloak.
Yeah, you should also get something, and everyone else, so we are matching.
Yeah, sure. I can give people
So we
stuff.
look like a fucking group for once.
Yeah.
So you look like a group while you run around invisible.
Oh, when we get
Yeah.
up, okay? Like,
Well, yeah, I'm not in I got the cloak, so I didn't need to be invisible. So I can stealth, but don't need Dara's help.
eh,
Nice.
It's a very reasonable thing to ask for.
Mm. Okay, sleep.
Yes. Dara will fix the clothing issue tomorrow.
All right,
yeah,
sure.
boy.
So you all head back to your own rooms, and you go to sleep for the night. So in the morning, when you all wake up, Dara, do you want to do anything with your early morning hours, or?
Yeah, let's go early to the tailor and just get some orders for clothes in.
All right.
Because this is gonna be quite a bit.
Are you gonna order them for everyone, or are you just gonna go and get some for Jaxson?
I'm gonna get something for everyone. Of course I'm gonna get Jackson's specific order,
Yep.
but I'm also gonna get some stuff for.
So I'll say, so if everyone wants cloaks, that's 4 more cloaks, I think, right?
Yeah.
For
4
the,
more
the
cloaks.
2
And,
of you, and then Arisa and Fritz. So
yeah,
that
and Jackson wants a
tabard, yeah.
tab.
So for the cloaks, we'll just make it a nice even 15 gold then for everything. Just
Okay.
3 apiece.
Get a little extra deal because it's so many cloaks.
I mean, it's pretty much the price that it would have been if you just bought all of them as it is, but
I was gonna ask if they were really open, but we're in the Underrock.
yeah, it's also, it's all elves, all drow, like day and
Exactly.
night isn't really
Yes.
a matter of relevance,
I
and
wonder if-
they all sleep
Yeah.
4 hours. So.
Yeah. And at what time is it done? Just to.
Probably like the next day. She's gonna need like a full day to do these, so you can pick them
Okay.
up the next morning.
After. Okay, I'll write that down in my notes.
Would like a sunbeam spell be like an act of terrorism down here?
Damn.
I mean, I guess it depends on how you're using it. Like,
Probably.
if
I
you're
don't think
targeting
most-
someone with it.
Most people haven't never seen the sun, so I don't know if there's like a specific law for it.
Probably not. I don't think there's any legislation about specifically unleashing sunbeam, but it is considered sunlight, so you know.
Maybe there's like a specific law, like you get a fine if you take a flashlight into someone's eyes or something like that. Oh, are you trying to blind me? That's 10 gold fine for that. You know, kind of like how you do with the laser pointer things.
Dara, once you're done, do you just go and head back to the room and you hang out until the others wake up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
So once everybody's awake, I assume you gather in one of the rooms. Probably Dara and Arisa's room, I would imagine.
Yes, sir.
Then, yeah.
Okay, guys. So we need to do a little bit of reconnaissance here. Okay, so Shai Galshan, we should not go for her since, you know,
We don't
we
have
kind
to.
of screwed that one up. But anyway, we need to just find a lot of stuff and locate things. So first of all, we should try to find where Vesh, the Inquisitor Vesh, is.
She was in the other wall, right?
Yeah, but just make sure that we know exact location. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and of course we also need to, since we can't get into Symposium Hall because you know the anti-magic, we kind of need to find the way to find where the catalyst is.
Now the Storm has his cloak. He might be able to sneak around there if he's open to it.
Me alone.
Yeah, do you want anyone else to like fuck your self mission up?
Yeah, to find the catalyst and destroy that.
No, we are not gonna destroy it. We're just gonna
Yeah, you just need to find it. Then
so we know when we're attacking where to go.
Yeah.
Because if someone tags along with you, you know, it's no guarantee that they will fuck up.
Yeah.
As we have done before.
I'll do that shit.
Nice.
Yep. All right. After that, so we have those two things, and we should also just, since I don't know, did Dara ever meet the priestess Elsara in? Or wait.
You don't know. You spoke to one priestess.
Yeah. I'm gonna check my. Yeah, we should probably try to find Priestess Elsara as well in the temple.
Right.
Jaxson, do you know how to spot the high priestess of the Temple of Umbra?
I would know over the rock. You know, like it's a bit different down here.
Well, it's worth a shot at least. Perhaps you can help with that.
I think I probably could be able to. I don't even need to be invisible down in there, probably. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Hard to know.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't
can
bet.
take that one.
All right. Okay. So Storm, you go for the catalyst. Jaxson, you go for the Temple of Umbra, and I suppose me and Arisa can go and try to see if we can find the Inquisitor.
Right, we need to find let's see here. We need to find where the Archmage is too.
Yeah, but it's also in Symposium Hall.
Yeah, so I mean like depending on how hard it is to find. Like if Storm has some extra time, maybe check it out.
Yeah.
And if it's too dangerous, just get the fuck out. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and also Storm, do you need perhaps you need some way to understand what people are talking about, or
Yeah, he has the helmet.
I took it.
yeah. Okay. It might not work in Symposium Hall because you know that. But it might still be helpful during the way.
Wait, did I want to have magic things on me or not?
No, they just nullify. So
They nullify. They don't feel that magic shit is going on.
We don't know that, but
Okay.
Probably not. But
hmm.
you're a sneaky one, so you're the most capable one
Wait.
for this.
Can Arisa cast invisibility?
No, I
No,
don't
she
believe so.
cannot. She cannot.
Hmm. Okay. I was thinking if it's what I should have for spell in the ring, maybe, because it might be in case like I think I have the worst like chance of escaping if it goes bad out of all.
Perhaps. Do you want? I could let you have. Perhaps we can do it like this: that I go with you, and then we go to and get the Inquisitor, so I can be there just in case of an emergency.
That would be good.
Okay, well, let's go with that one.
Okay, where do I find the catalyst? Where do I walk?
That's we don't know that. That's the whole
Yeah.
question.
But it's
Yeah.
inside.
Inside the hall.
Yeah, Symposium Hall probably.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk up there and then friggin' find the entrance to Imposium Hall and then just walk around in there, sneak in.
Sneak around, you know.
Yeah. But before
Without-
you get to Symposium Hall, you're gonna need some invisibility to get through the upper parts.
Okay,
Well,
and
I mean,
how do I know what the catalyst is? How does it look? Huh? We don't know that either.
Yeah, that's the whole like scouting part. That we need
Couldn't
to
we
find-
ask the shade?
I mean, we can ask if they know any details about the catalyst
I
if
mean,
you
he
want.
should know where it is, right? So yeah, we could head out there before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Let's go there first and just ask them if they know like details of exactly where the catalyst
or
is.
like
I
which part.
leave my bag with everything and potato, and I just grab a simple sword.
Do you have a
Sure.
simple sword?
You're going
Yes.
just with the ordinary clothes and then an ordinary sword. That's all you're bringing.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you want an
Because
extra
I'm on
or-
a sneak mission, I ain't
Do you want
killing
an-
no one.
Do you want an extraordinary and another ordinary sword?
That won't be necessary, I think.
All right,
Thank you. Anyways.
very well.
Here, you can take my backpack. It's non-magical, and there's some rope in there if you need it.
Cheers.
Right. So, what we should do probably is we should first head close to the hall and then cast invisibility on Storm. And then we head back to the tavern.
The hall, I can't be invisible in the hall.
Alright,
No.
fuck. That's right.
That's where I have the
Then we
cloak.
don't have to do that shit. Nice.
Yeah. But we still need to having invisible to get to the upper parts because there's
Yes.
well,
I mean, it's
that-
quite easy to see where the hall is, so
Yeah.
I don't think it will be hard
Yeah.
to find
Yeah.
your way to it.
it's like the big thing in the center. That's like.
Right.
And also, how about this? I'll also send out Florp so that when you get outside, he can give you invisibility so that you can get out of there.
Nice.
All right. So I'll send Florp with you. I'll send Florp with you. Take out Florp and put it on the Storm's shoulder. He won't go inside Symposium Hall because unfortunately he can't.
Right.
Indeed.
All right.
Well, let's go to the shades and ask them where, where the things are.
One invisibility later.
Okay, so you cast invisibility on everyone and start heading out, right?
Yeah, but only we don't take Delvin and Fritz because we don't need them for the scouting mission.
Sure. Right. So Dara and Arisa, I assume, are just going disguised.
Yeah.
And then
The other two
Jaxson
are
and
invisible.
Storm are invisible.
Mhm.
Okay, so as you head down the stairs and you reach the common room, you kind of notice something that there's this kind of like that there are a lot of people in here, but it's awfully quiet. Like nobody's saying a word. It's like dead silent down in the common room. And as you're all kind of like descending the stairs, you realize why. Because you see sitting at the bar, flanked by two other people, is Inquisitor Shai Gelshan.
I go back and gear out my stuff.
Yeah.
Well, just a moment.
Yeah,
Oh
okay.
no.
So as you
no.
first come down the stairs and you notice her as she turns to look at you, you know, the other two people next to her are guards dressed similarly to the ones that you fought at the wall. She looks over your direction. And I'll say, Storm, you're perceptive enough to realize that, like, as she just sweeps over, like, your direction, her eyes stop just long enough on both Dara and Arisa, but then also she makes eye contact with you.
Oh no.
Okay.
And there's just
interesting.
like the faintest hint of a smile on her lips as she just sets this glass down on the counter, slides a coin, a platinum coin, over to the bar, and just gets up and walks out. The two guards that were there with her following her.
Dun, 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 dun.
But Storm, with your perception, you're quite sure that she made intentional eye contact with you, and it seems like the way her eyes moved, they probably stopped on Jaxson too. But Jaxson, you wouldn't have caught it. It was more like it just drifted across. So like before any of you have time to like turn and rush back upstairs, she's already like on her way out of the tavern. And you see Jaros, the innkeeper, is kind of like rushing over, taking the coin, and you see she kind of like looks at it and then looks up in your general direction as she kind of like pockets it.
Ah.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab my stuff either way and go to leave it at the shades.
We're sleeping at the shades now.
Yes, we are.
And just like that, we take all our members with us.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Okay, so you quickly head up back upstairs and gather the
Okay, we're
others.
being compromised.
Dara, your disguise, you're using the same face, I guess, that you talked to Jairus with when you like conveyed the information that you were looking for the true shades, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So as you come back downstairs, I assume you've recast invisibility to get Fritz and Delvin as well. As you come back downstairs and you're about to leave, Jairus kind of like rushes up to you from behind the counter and stops you. And she goes, just before you leave, I need to tell you something. Unfortunately, there is a renovation planned for the floor that your rooms are on. We're gonna need to move you to one of the other floors. I will gladly come with you and help you move your things. Just please, show me the things you want moved.
Oh, of course. Here, and I'll point out all the things like, and this.
Right.
and this,
Maybe we should go to your room.
certainly.
Yes. And so you head back
Telepathically
upstairs.
get
You head back upstairs with Jairus and you're just following you. And as you're alone, she just looks at you and goes, I'm sure you must have noticed that we were visited by an inquisitor that I believe you are familiar with.
Indeed, we did.
Well, and you see, she pulls out the coin, the platinum coin, and as she turns it around, there's a small note attached to the coin. And she tears that off and hands it over to you and says, "This seems to be for you."
Let's see what it says.
I will send you what it says. It's not too long. I'll just drop it straight away in the group chat here.
I would assume that Dara reads it out loud.
Or passes it around for everyone to read at least. We see she's kind of like a bit nervous, like rubbing her hands together in this kind of like nervous way or anxious way, almost like looking over her shoulder as though someone is watching you. And Jairus continues and says, "I think maybe you're gonna want to use a different exit when you're leaving here."
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there a different?
There is, but not
Is
one
she
that
talking?
is for ordinary people. And then she kind of like realizes that it wasn't any of the people that is visible that said that, and kind of like,
Is she talking in Southern?
No, probably undercommon.
yeah, probably undercommon actually. So no. Well, I assume someone else. She basically relays that information anyway and says,
You look ordinary.
There is another exit. It's on the second floor, hidden behind a bookshelf. There's a tunnel that leads to an alleyway nearby. Of course, once you're outside, you're still gonna need to hide, and well, the Inquisitors are known to have tricks to see through people's illusion magic, so maybe don't rely too much on that when you're sneaking out, or you're gonna have to lay low for quite a while.
Yeah. And also,
Right.
it seems like, excuse me, I will have to say this to my coworkers who do not understand our tongue. In common, I will say. So,
Shit you there, what the fuck?
well, the first thing I said in undercommon, and now I talk in common. So, okay, guys, it seems that we have that Shai Galshan wants to meet us at the 20th hour, where I assume it is her office, as where papers were sealed and blood was spilled. And she wants to offer a truce. I do not know how truthful she is, but we do not have any options in this.
Why don't we have any options?
Because she explicitly said, "This is not a request, so don't be late or there will be consequences."
Well,
Coworkers does what we want.
what's the hour right now?
Not the 20th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but like,
morning. It's probably like 9 o'clock or something.
Is my pocket watch in the right time?
I mean, you're not exactly in a different time zone. You're just
No, but I'm thinking like how do like if they have, because they don't really know the sun. And stuff.
no, but there is a general time sense that applies to the Underdark as well. They just don't really care about the sun. It's not like they're like, oh, it's getting late, we need to go home in that sense. But they still use the same 24-hour clock, to your knowledge, or at least Dara would be able to explain that.
Weird that they have timed it correctly.
Well,
they've synchronized it at some point in time and magically probably keep track.
yeah.
Right. Well, if that's the case, we have time to scout.
Yeah.
Because
We
that's
do.
the truce that she's going to offer us. Fuck that. We just let her believe we're going to have the truce.
Mhm. I think that is a good idea, because I don't think whatever she wants, it's probably something bad for us.
Money. Money ain't bad.
Well, I don't think she wants to offer us that much money. I think she wants to extort us or something.
I don't think that, because she's offering a truce. That means that she won't. In a perfect world, that means she wouldn't do anything.
There's problems with the illithids, right? So she's probably gonna send us there.
Possibly.
Probably.
That is a possibility.
And then we get money.
Do we really want to fight those things?
Rather
Depends
not.
on the money.
Well, regardless, we will have to see what she has to offer. Or
Right. And if you know, the offer is bad,
I think she has enough guards, so we should not
you said
attack.
do not alert any of my guards.
You already do know that they have like maximum security over at the wall right now, though.
Yeah,
So
That as well. And she will just
so
cast
you mean that
darkness
we
again.
give? So you mean
She
that
will
we
just
can
cast
conjure
darkness. Dara that can
animals?
see.
Of course, abuse conjuration spells. Well, thank you, Mr. DM. That
We
was a very
can turn her into a frog, grab the frog into the bag of holding, and then we out.
That's a good. Wait, that's actually right. Quite good.
Yeah, she will probably just suffocate.
Yeah, and then she's dead. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
If that's a good fighting mechanic.
Yeah, you just Dara just and she right, and then right down there, and then we can just pull her out, and she spills all the informations, and then she
I mean, when we pull her out, she's dead.
No, 10 minutes.
Oh, you can survive 10 minutes in the bag.
Yep. Or a regular one I can hold my breath for quite some
maybe we
time.
can learn about some animal that can hold its breath for a long time.
Yeah, frog could probably do
And
that.
and I think it's like who has the most like potent polymorph out of you and Arisa?
Arisa. Because she can cast it multiple times. I can only cast it once.
But like the most potent. Like
Well,
quality over quantity here.
well, it doesn't scale with magic powers, so if you cast it at the 4th level or a 5th level does not change.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
I'm the more powerful spellcaster.
Wow, okay,
Oh,
so we're
okay,
almost
then you
into
cast
that
it.
shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dara last session. As a matter of fact, I'm probably the weakest person in the party. Dara this session. Yeah, I'm the stronger spellcaster.
Hey. Arisa relies on wild shape, mind
Yeah,
you.
I mean, you're
Dara
the
does not rely on anything else in her spellcast.
Dara be like, I'm the
Dara
weakest
is
in
relying on her
the...
daddy.
No, Dara just goes like, I'm the weakest in the party, except for my loser wife, am I right?
It's fucking useless.
Dara's a boomer, just does like, my wife sucks jokes.
Oh god.
Okay, well, let's head to the shades then.
Yep.
Of course.
Alright, so
Through
as
the
you
passage.
finally finish talking, you turn back to Jairus, I imagine, and tell her that you're ready to go. She leads you to like the second floor of the building, where there is kind of like at the end of the hallway between the rooms, kind of like twists into a bit of a dead end, and there is this like full wall bookshelf that she kind of reaches in behind some of the books, and in 2 places pulls some small levers that result in this clicking sound, and then she kind of like pulls the entire bookshelf to the side, and it disappears off into the wall, revealing this narrow pathway in total darkness that just continues further into the rocky. I never know what to call these things. Like, it's not cliff sides, it's not mountain sides, it's cave sides. That's not a word, but whatever it is now.
It's gonna be a word.
But it is this dark tunnel. And so she just kind of like steps aside and goes, well, there you go.
Much obliged.
Thank you very much.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
When should I close it? When I can't see most of you.
Oh,
Okay, guys, get over here, all of you, up in front of me.
you just tell them you go last, okay?
Okay. It's fine, you can close it.
Alright. And she pushes it back in place. And
Great.
as it shuts, you're left in total darkness, and Fritz is like, could I have some...
Hold my hand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, listen
And here, Uncle, hold my hand.
Yeah, so, I guess Arisa probably cast some light thingy, though, because she's not invisible, so it wouldn't break her thing.
I mean,
would not.
she's glowing, though.
True, but it's not really, like, enough to illuminate the entire thing. You can just see her where she... Well, also, no, she's not even really glowing because she's disguised.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Because it's only glowing enough to the point where you can, like, see her marks in the dark. It's like these, like some kids have these, like, stars that you can stick in the ceiling, you know?
Right.
The charge up light and then glow a bit. You know, that's kind of the level of light that she gives off.
Yeah.
But you continue through this tunnel, and I guess Arisa probably goes first then, since she's the other visible person.
Yes.
And ultimately, she's able to, like, flip a lever that results in a part of a wall in an alleyway being pushed into the side, and you can all head out into this alley. And you're not far from the tavern. It's not a very long tunnel, which is why you're still kind of in a tricky area to get out of if they're watching you.
Yeah.
But you are outside now.
Perfect. Let's go to the True Shades.
Let's go.
Alright. So you make your way down the streets. And let me just do a quick thing. And it would be let me...
Dun 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 dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah. Actually, alright. So you make your way over to the True Shades, to the house. And you knock, the door opens when they realize that it's you, and you're taken inside. You find the twins that you encountered the day prior. Are in the, like, first room with some of the other people. Some of them are not currently there. But the one of the twins just says, like, "Alright, so the lot of you are back."
Yeah.
Indeed, we have some things we would wish to discuss with what was his name now?
Karish Heron.
Karish Garan.
Alright. Sure you want to disturb him?
Yeah, it's kind of important, this one.
Well, maybe we can answer the questions.
It's
Well-
How does the catalyst look like?
Well, that is one question.
I'll go see if Karish is awake. And so one of the twins disappears off into the other room. Comes back a moment later and goes, well, he seems awake enough, so welcome and step inside.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
So you head in, you see Karish is back there in his chair, or in his armchair, and looks up at all of you. Right, so you are here again.
Indeed.
You, well, Walia said you are here for catalyst and some other information, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Very well. Do ask your questions.
Well, we were wondering, first of all, what does the catalyst look like, and if you know where it is exactly located.
I do know that. The catalyst is in the lowermost parts of Kalicia's Hanging Garden. You need to go to the lowest levels of the gallery and balconies that surround it, and there you'll find a chamber, the lowest chamber to be precise. Inside it should be no difficulty to figure out which thing is the catalyst. It is blue geode, surrounded by a framework of metal and some strange other things. It's been years since I last saw it. I don't know if they have created any better locks or safety to it, but when I was last there, it was a simple locked door. That was all that stopped you from accessing it. I'm certain one of you has the means to get through such a trivial thing.
Indeed.
We have the best in the business.
Yeah. And to the DM, the Hanging Gardens, they were not in the Symposium Hall, or
No,
were
they are. The Kalicia's Hanging Gardens is the main part of Symposium Hall.
Okay, good.
It is like the huge central chamber. I'll give you a better description if you get there, but it's essentially these platforms that are like, each platform is the size of a full big garden, and they're all kind of like hanging there in different tiers, and surrounding that is where the kind of offices and homes of the people are. So it's almost like a courtyard, but a courtyard the size of like a small city. But yeah, if you walk down like these spiraling pathways that surround the Hanging Gardens, you'll eventually get to like the more or less the bottom, and down there is where he is saying that the catalyst is.
Yeah. Okay, great. Now we know that information. And also, I think you might want to look at this that we got recently, and I showed the letter that we got from.
He takes it, puts on a pair of spectacles, and reads it. Uh-huh. And this is from who exactly?
Inquisitor Shai Galshan.
Kind of folds it and hands it back. I see. Interesting.
Do you think it is legit, or is it a trap?
Inquisitor Galshan is still a relative unknown, as she was the replacement for the Inquisitor that the True Shades killed. That said, I get the idea that she is easily bribable.
I see.
She's likely extending an offer of paying her off, so to speak. Though I don't think it will come cheaply. Question is what kind of bargain you can get out of her.
Indeed. That's a good question.
We have a plan also. If things go bad, do you think it would be a good opportunity to take her out, or should we just wait?
Well, the reports I have do indicate that the security over at the walls are rather high level.
Right.
I suspect it would be a suicide mission.
If it's like one spell and it's done, no sound, would that work?
The difficulty, I suspect, is not taking her out. The difficulty is escaping afterwards. I would assume that even if she tries to do this without her guards knowing of what the affair is all about, she will likely still have a small army right outside her office, ready to intervene at the merest suspicion of something going wrong. It might even be that they confirm her continued existence before they let you leave. Unless you have some means of escaping, then I wouldn't suggest it.
She didn't seem to want her guards there.
Not in the room, but I would imagine that they are probably going to be at an arm's length.
Right.
I don't think she's going to organize a meeting with a no backup plan.
Well, I guess we don't have a choice but just take this offer and see what what goes from there.
Sadly.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so where in the symposium hall is the Archmage?
That I couldn't tell you. We haven't been able to get many people within the symposium halls, least of all myself, of course.
Did you have an Archmage before?
The court mage.
Oh, court.
There were mages before, yes, some of whom have been recruited by the Sisterhood, others that have been eliminated or transported to the Bastion without consent.
Right.
There are likely a number of luxurious quarters that she could be held up at. I wouldn't know. If we had a seal of one of the Inquisitors, if we had a way to create a permit, I could of course send Zash and Walia inside to try to figure it out, but without any permits we don't have a way to get anyone inside.
How do you get in? You need a permit to get inside the building.
Yes, they don't let just anyone wander inside. Security's as tight as can be.
I see.
So
And it's practically impossible without a permit.
Or some other way of sneaking inside. Of course, you could force your way through the front entrance and try to simply fend off against the guards, but I don't think that is easy per se.
you lived there for a while.
I lived there for practically my entire life, yes.
So are there any escape routes that you could go through?
None that I am aware of. Not like that, anyway. There are some weak spots in a sense, but nothing that convenient and easy. I would say it's probably, well, if we're talking escape routes, it's easier to get out than it is to get in.
Okay. Do you have any clue or leads on how you could sneak inside?
Sneaking inside is, I don't know. When the True Shades rescued me from the dungeons of Symposium Hall, they did so by simply getting inside through the front gates. They had organized ways that I still am not certain of exactly how they did it, or my memory fails me rather. I never quite investigated it. But it was the last time any of us really got inside the hall. And that's been, 2 or so years since then.
I assume no one of those people are still alive.
I'm afraid we lost the last ones in the attack against the Inquisitor. Of course, we had good people that stuck with us until then, but in particular, we did lose our last combatants. That was the particularly hard blow against our organization.
Sounds like a difficult spot we're in. If we want to try to find out information that is located in there.
You'll need to be clever, or you'll need to be powerful enough to simply fight your way inside. And once you're inside, it will be no easier. You'll need to shake the people following you. But I also wouldn't recommend fighting your way inside before you're going through the entire plan. Doing so would alert the sisterhood and put the other members under strict lockdown as well.
Right. Well, we planned out for today to scout out pretty much all of the lieutenants.
I believe unless you can figure out a clever way to make your way inside the Symposium Hall, you may only be able to investigate the Inquisitor Vash and the Temple of Umbral.
Well, at least we can do those two things. We might be able to get something out of Shy Galshan if we could.
Do you know of anyone that lives in Symposium Hall that would be an easy target to steal their seal of?
Well, they are all personalized for the people. The seal that I'm speaking of is the one that the Inquisitors use to create the permits. The permits themselves, they are rather useless unless you have a way of impersonating these high-ranking socialites of Sharanth, and I don't think that any of you could do so without magical means.
Right.
It would be if you were able to get a seal from one of the Inquisitors. Maybe that could be bargained for with Shy Galshan if you're willing to take the gambit. Otherwise, I do not know.
Well, might be worth a shot. Well, Storm, change of plan then. You're coming with us, and we're checking the temple, and then the Inquisitor.
Why is it always when we're gonna kill a priest, it's my fucking deity?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you just gotta accept that you have to kill a priest.
I mean, I'm
Or
all
priest,
for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done it before, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing
killing-
bad happened from that.
No, nothing bad happened. Just a warning, you know, slap on the wrist. And that was a different one, you know, so just a slap on the wrist from another one works.
Of course.
Well, and then after we've done those, we can take a little go a little around the Symposium Hall and see, you know, the overall layout to see what we can do about that.
I mean, I'll say, like, Dara, you know what Symposium Hall is like. You know, you
Yeah.
spent a
But,
good portion of your youth in and around that area, since that was basically where your mother worked.
Yeah. But just want to make sure that we know everyone else knows the overall layout.
Yeah.
And that the audience does it as well.
Whoa.
Fair.
Nice.
Well, not the worst timing this time.
Actually.
There I go.
Ba-dum!
The classic me.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going full squad then.
Yeah, but
Sure.
we don't need them to.
I don't leave my stuff then.
Yeah.
All right.
If I'm not on a solo mission.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Okay. We start with the Temple of Umbra because it's at the downside.
Yeah, seems reasonable. So, you make your way over. Are you going invisible, or are you just relying on your cloaks?
Well, most of
Do
us
we have the
haven't
clothes
had.
already?
No, we don't, unfortunately. I just asked for
Oh, yeah,
them
that's
this
right.
morning. Storm does have a cloak,
Yeah.
so Jaxson go invisible,
Invisibilities.
and the rest can cover themselves up or disguise themselves.
Fritz and Delvin are like twice the size of everyone else in the
Fritz
city.
and
Yeah, but we
Delvin are
leave
staying
them.
behind.
We leave them.
Okay,
They are in with the shades. They
Yeah.
hang out.
fair enough.
They hang out.
They hang out,
Yeah.
have fun, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't need them for the recon part.
All right. Well, in that case, you make your way. You make your way to the Temple of Umbra, and this time, as you all enter, Jaxson, you also come upon this huge statue inside of Umbra, as she's depicted in the Underdark. It is a little bit different, but it's the same general idea. Like, she looks a bit more drow-like in the statue down here, but in general, you can recognize the like motifs of everything. It's just a slightly
fuck?
different
She's not
aesthetic.
Drow. What the fuck?
Well,
Trash.
people have their own interpretations of their deities. Not everybody knows them firsthand, you know?
Mhm.
Jaxson be like, this is completely untrue. Everyone knows that Umbra is actually blah 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 blah.
A dwarf.
Yes, the evil Umbra of dwarf.
Evil?
Mhm.
Why would she be evil?
Just a hunch.
She generally isn't considered evil. She's just one of the more morally ambiguous
She's one of
deities.
the ones who knows how to have fun.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
So the priest, or are we inside the temple or just outside?
Yeah, this is inside where the statue is. It's this big, like, circular chamber where the statue is in the middle, and there are kind of like people moving around and either praying or just visiting the temple, and there are a couple of priestesses here.
Do they look like, or are they a lot different than the priests over the rock?
It's kind of the same as everything else here. It's generally like the same motifs. Like, people are wearing like black and purple, very typical of Umbra. And there's like the cut of the robes is different, but it's still like everything is the same but different. But it is, it's recognizable as Umbra, but from a different culture, kind of.
So I could probably spot the high priestess.
Yeah. And the woman that you would be able to recognize as the high priestess is the same priestess that you talked to before, Dara. It is this drow woman, probably her late 200s, pushing 300-ish. Long white hair, partially braided, with this like very open body language. wearing these elaborate and beautiful robes in purple and black, spider silk as it is, the finer type of fabrics that is available down here. And so when you enter, and Jaxson, you are visible then, or am I
I'm
mistaken?
invisible.
You're invisible?
I'm invisible.
You still see her eyes kind of drift over in your general direction and are looking as if she's looking for something.
Ooh.
Does she react when I wave?
But she does look your direction as if there's something to look
It
for.
feels holy or something.
Was I visible?
Wait, I
Sorry.
move.
Yeah,
10
you were
feet to the
visible if you
left.
wanted
So
to be.
I have not entered this place, right? Or should I enter the place?
If you want to enter it, you can, but
Yeah, I enter it. Fuck it. No one
Just like
sees my
cloak really
face, right?
fall down over the...
Exactly.
I move 10 feet to the left. Does she like seem to look at?
She does. She does, but it's not
She feels the
exact. Like,
presence.
her eyes do like skip around a bit, but she does seem to feel
God,
something.
Mm-hmm.
God, are you there?
Aw, Jaxson is so shy. He don't want to talk to her.
Yeah, that's correct. Mm-hmm. All right.
And Jaxson quickly leaves this place because he does not like it.
Well, let's go through the building then. Like, it's a circular like temple, right?
Yeah, but as you kind of start moving,
Mm-hmm.
you see the high priestess kind of starts moving her hands a little bit, and in an instant, you feel yourself go visible
Fuck.
as she dispels magic on you.
Yep.
And as you appear, like the people around you seem kind of like confused, but she just kind of like cracks up into a smile and starts
She is
walking over
here.
towards you. And as she gets to you, she says,
She attacks.
Jaxson,
What?
I am so glad to finally meet you.
Oh. Me too, High Priestess.
And she extends her hands towards you, kind of like offering to take your hands. And the moment you put your hands in hers, you see her grayish eyes roll back, and instead they go bright purple. And in an instant, everything around the two of you just fades away. The rest of you just see Jaxson taking her hands. Nothing else happens. But to you, you are being pulled out of reality. And
Damn, boy.
Get used to it now.
you are just enveloped in this shadow. All there is you and her. She is still holding your hands. But as she speaks, it isn't her voice. It is a different voice, one that you have talked with before. You hear the voice of Felicia Shadowborn, one of the sort of heralds of Umbra.
Right. The one that I talked to.
The one that recruited you, essentially.
And the one that pushed the coworkers down on the floor.
Yeah. Well,
Ah,
I think that was more than just her,
Okay.
technically. But, yeah, she was she had a part in that. So she holds your hand still, but the expression changes. The kind of like warmth of the priestess's face goes away and is replaced by this very like harsh, just very plain, emotional state instead. And she says, "Well,
Oh,
it would seem that I have been offered a time and a place to speak."
well, long time no see.
Indeed. Have you been enjoying yourself down here in the
No,
darkness?
not the fucking slightest.
I'm
It's
not
horrible.
surprised. I don't think this place is one that you would enjoy. But I haven't come here to speak about your favored vacation spots.
Mm-hmm.
I come here with something a little more important than so.
Right. Could I ask you a few questions first?
Perhaps, but I will not guarantee answers for all of them.
What's your relationship with the sisterhood, or Umbra's relationship with the sisterhood?
A question I will be getting to.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Very well. I suspect, then, that you know very little of the past of the Shadow Mother Verizara.
Indeed.
Then allow me to inform you that Verizara was once the champion of Umbra, many years ago. That is, of course, until she betrayed Umbra.
Oh no.
Now, we want her dead.
I'm your man for the job.
As I suspected. Verizara is a capable woman. She was champion for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why she has escaped Umbra's clutches for so long is through the secrets that she learned in her service. Secrets that leave even Umbra herself vulnerable. See, the Goddess of Secrets holds knowledge that is dangerous even to herself. But it is secrets, and thus they must be gathered. The only mistake was letting someone in on some of those secrets. Or rather, letting someone come close enough to find the truths behind those secrets.
And you don't know the secrets?
I am a herald of Umbra. I am essentially an extension of her. What
Right,
she knows,
so-
I know.
And she knows that secret that the Shadow Mother knows.
We know exactly the things that the Shadow Mother knows. The issue is that she uses them to conceal herself from us. Not even Umbra could tell you the location of the bastion.
And are there any ways to, like, how does it work? Like, is there any way to counteract it? And
You can find a way. I have heard the whispers of your activities down here through the veils of darkness that Verizara has cast over her domain. I suspect that you're onto the correct trail to find the bastion, and thereby also finding Verizara herself.
And you want us to kill her, then, I assume?
Very much so. And I don't exactly care for any other lieutenants' lives. They can gladly be sent to the great beyond as well. You would only be doing Umbra a favor, rooting out the organization founded on stolen secrets.
Right. You said that the Shadow Mother was the champion of Umbra before.
Once, yes.
Once, yes. So, you know, long shot here, but no, can the new champion help us out with this?
The position is currently vacant.
How long has it been vacant?
For a while.
Can't we like have an archangel or something? Like something powerful?
Again, Verizara stole secrets to keep Umbra away.
Mm-hmm. So my magic won't work when
It will, because they come from your mortal body. But anything too divine will be kept away.
So would she be able to like feel me or something? You know,
Whoa.
like feel my presence or something?
I don't think so. Her direct ties to Umbra have been severed long ago. She doesn't retain the boons that were once blessed upon her. She still has all her capabilities, of course.
And
But
what are those capabilities?
you will find out.
I mean, if I'm going to kill her, it would be easier with some information.
Do you want me to list everything that
Is she a
she's capable
fighter,
of?
mage, or like any specialties? You know.
Her specialty is her command. She is a leader.
Okay. But is she like a fighter herself?
She is very formidable, yes. You don't become champion only by being able to use your words. You become high priest or high priestess.
Right, so she's a mage then.
Among other things.
So she's a fighter and a mage.
She is capable in many ways, yes.
Okay. And why would the Sisterhood let Umbra be in this city?
Because she keeps up her appearances. While she may not be champion anymore, it is easier to pretend that she still retains the favor. And since the High Priestess of the city is more loyal to Verizara than she is to Umbra.
So we get to kill her.
Gladly.
Oh, okay, nice. I thought like I was gonna get like screwed over by you if I killed her.
Don't take this as endorsement to go around killing priestesses of Umbra everywhere.
No, it's just...
But Elsara is a lost individual. She has forsaken Umbra, suppresses her words, and it is difficult to find a new champion or even a new voice down here when we are so restricted by Verizara's darkness.
Do you have any good ideas on how to take her out?
Elsara or Verizara?
The one I'm talking to right now.
Elsara.
Elsar, right? Elsar.
She's a priestess, but she has people around her. It will be difficult for you to find her at a weakened state, but I suspect that you might take her by surprise.
Like, should we just go into her sleeping quarters or something?
No, as in you take her by surprise.
Oh.
I
So I should
don't
be friendly
think
then.
she necessarily will expect another servant of Umbra to be so hostile. She doesn't know the connection that you share with us. Only that you are one of the chosen.
That's nice. Then I will take her out in a day or two.
Excellent. If you succeed with what you've been asked, if you take down Verazara, I think some of the boundaries you've crossed in the past can be overlooked.
That works for me.
Excellent.
I mean, like, it's quite a big ask, though.
It
I
is, and I trust that you will be capable of it.
Maybe, like, just throw in, like, a magical item or something.
That will depend entirely on how you proceed after this.
Okay.
For now, I will grant you a boon.
Okay.
One that you can bestow on your co-workers as well. I see that you rely a lot on your Warlock to help you disguise yourselves as you move around the city.
Right.
I would provide you with an easier way to do so. Of course, it will not help you breach the walls of Symposium Hall, but it will make things easier when you're moving around openly. I will allow all of you to use lend. I will lend some of Umbra's magic to you to hide yourselves with illusion. Similar to what your Warlock friend already does for herself.
So disguises.
Magical ones, yes. To be changed as you see fit.
That would be perfect.
Excellent. Then, I believe there is not much more to be spoken about, unless you have more questions to ask.
No, I don't think so.
Very well. Then are you prepared to return?
I'm prepared to return.
And so at that point, you just see a nod as the smoke, or the darkness that has almost like a smoke-like quality around you, begins to fizzle out, and you can see around you the temple again. The High Priestess's eyes return to looking normal, and the rest of you have only seen them stand there for a second or two. And the High Priestess is still holding your hands and says, I am very glad to see another servant of Umbra set foot here in my temple. I heard your name whispered by her. I knew you would come here eventually.
Very beautiful temple.
Yes, it has been refurbished. Once it was dedicated to an older deity, no longer bearing of any importance now that the Sisterhood holds Sharanth.
Right.
So I welcome you fully to enter my temple and move as one of us, as the dedicated to our goddess.
That's very nice to hear.
Do you have anything that you've come here for?
You know, I just thought it was long overdue to come visit the temple.
Very well. You have visited now.
Yes.
It has been noted both by me and by our mysterious goddess, I'm certain.
you know, I'm getting quite hungry, so I think my coworkers and I need to go grab some food.
So you have brought allies with you.
Oh yes, that Drow.
Dara's just standing there doing thumbs up.
Yeah.
She looks and nods. Very well then.
How did you see me?
I didn't. I felt you. Your presence.
Mhm. Okay. Can you still feel it?
Of course. However could I not? It is an unmistakable aura. When you have served Umbra for as long as I have, it is difficult to mistake it for anything else than it is.
How long have you served her?
2 centuries or so.
That's quite long.
Indeed. And I intend to do so for another century at least, or for however long she intends for me to remain on this plane.
Ah. Bad news.
Storm just like casually minding his own business going, ah!
Centuries.
Well, I would offer you something to eat here, but you seem...
Do you have anything that's not bugs here, or like, do you have anything exotic?
I can offer only the cuisine of the Underdark, I'm afraid.
Well, then I'm good.
Then you must search for food on your own, I'm afraid.
Well, thank you very much for your hospitality. I will be back in a few days probably to make some prayers and stuff like that.
My doors and my arms will always be open to you.
I'm glad to hear it.
Travel in the shadows, my brother.
You too.
So you're able to make your way out of there, assuming you don't want to look around anymore.
That shit was hella awkward, man.
Yeah, I'm fucking awkward. You already know that.
He's very shy, Storm. You do
But-
know
Yeah.
Did you say chai? Chai,
that.
chai latte?
But look at this. And I turn into Dara.
Wow, you learned a new spell you haven't showed us? That's so cool.
Just
Yeah.
tap your fingers.
Well,
Probably
How
not
does
works like
that
that.
work?
okay, so essentially, you have the ability to change your appearance to that of a drow whenever you finish a short or a long rest.
Ooh.
So
So I can't do it now.
In addition to that, while you are disguised, everything that is spoken, both by you and by people around you, is translated. So that when you speak, it will sound as though you speak fluent Undercommon, and anyone that says something to you will like be mentally translated in your mind to your
That sounds
Okay,
favorite
that's
language.
pretty cool.
that's nice. That's nice.
If
Can we?
it is dispelled, you need to finish a long or short rest again to reactivate it, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I just think about becoming a storm version of a drow.
Can you choose how you look, or is it just like a Drow version of yourself?
You could change it.
So,
But
like,
Storm
we can
wants to be
change
a
like
storm
that.
version.
Yeah, but I
Sure.
mean, like, in case we get like in trouble, we want to change. the
Yeah,
appearance.
you can do that. It just takes a short rest minimum to change it. So you
Okay.
can go somewhere and sit down for an hour and then turn into drow
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
we have
start
the short rest
understanding
first.
everything.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's just relax here for an hour.
What?
Or no,
no,
Why?
fuck,
I
we
thought
can't,
you
we
wanted
can't do
to
that.
eat.
We can't do that. We need to go on it. Yeah. Invisibility, and then we go back to.
Okay, so what's your plan with her, by the way?
What?
What's your plan with her, by the way?
I should I scream it out loud in here?
You're speaking
No,
Northern
we're
Common.
outside.
All right.
Northern Common.
Still, they might know it, you know. So
Yeah.
just talk to it when we're back home, you know.
Let's
What?
go.
We're
Let's
speaking
just go.
Northern Common and we're walking around in the
You
town.
never know if they know Northern Common.
Damn, since when did you become this scared, Jax?
Okay, so Umbra herself told me to kill her.
Okay. And
Yeah.
when did you speak with her? Just...
Well, when we touched hands.
I feel like this is a very inappropriate relationship you have
Shut
with
the
your
fuck-
deal.
At least I don't get, you know, gifts like you get from your patron, you know, like, oh, please give me this necklace, please. No.
Maybe if you committed to a deity for more than like a week.
You know, you should...
Mhm.
Yeah, well, while you're whining, look at me. I don't have a fucking deity.
Yeah, and that's why you don't have anything.
I don't get any presents.
Dara's been like slaving for the exhibitor for like 5 years. Jaxson comes in there, been a heretic all his life, pretty much, like fallen Aasimar, kills a high priestess, then goes to a different deity and is like, "Hey, can I have powers from you instead?" "Oh yeah, of course. Here, I will restore you to your ascended form and give you magical powers." And you're like, "Cool." A week goes by. So anyway, I'm gonna betray Umbra now and go back to Fiora. And it's like, why don't I get powers? Why won't Umbra give me a bunch of fancy things?
Mhm. Okay, so the high priestess likes me. She won't expect me to, you know, shank her.
Okay, so you will shank her alone.
But we can all shank her together.
Yes, we could shank her together.
That sounds so bad. Yeah, okay, we
Jaxson.
So, like, if we do this all, like, I am not invisible, you guys are invisible.
Huh?
I come up to her, like, probably when she's in her sleeping quarters or something, and then oh, hello, nice to meet you. Ah!
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Well,
sounds
she's
like
like so old. Can't you just one-shot her?
No, she's a fucking high priest, you know?
Yeah, but it looks freaking okay. Sure.
And she's a drow and has served her for, like, she's hoping to serve her for, like, a century more, so she's not
Yeah, I
that
heard that.
old.
Sad times. She
Yeah.
will. She will serve her for one more day.
You
Great.
know, that's like,
yeah. She can take
Well,
out an early.
quite
She takes
ironic
out her
that-
early retirement tomorrow.
you know, it's quite ironic that Umbra doesn't like her.
Great. Okay, so
Yeah.
what was the next place we're gonna
The
check?
Inquisitor.
Right, let's
That.
take the short rest first, because then we can all become drows.
Yeah, but we still need to be invisible
What?
if we want to go in there.
What hocus pocus shit are you
Okay, so
coming up with?
Umbra gave me a boon, you know. So-
Ah,
All of my friends and I, when we rest, we can turn into drows and
Well, I ain't
understand
your
and
friend.
speak.
I ain't your friend, so I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it.
If you call me friend, you can do it. You can talk to them. You
know,
don't
I
have
got
to
this
hide.
new fresh cloak. You know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, don't you want to, like, not experience racism for once?
By
You can-
becoming another race.
No,
I
just
am a proud
disguising
lizard.
yourself as one. Okay,
I'm
if you're so
proud
proud of your heritage, then go outside without the cloak.
Well, I am an assassin, so I won't do that.
No, you're not a fucking assassin.
Yes, I am. I tried to kill one of the friggin' Inquisitors.
Me too.
Yeah, you're
But
not walking around
in temple.
in the temple of your god. Fucking. Oh,
Still, they accepted me.
yeah.
Look, Storm, if you were a worshipper of Umbra, you might be allowed to walk around here freely as well.
You know, like okay,
Like I've told you before, I ain't a brick.
but didn't.
But you were a brick.
I was.
You was a brick, yeah.
Yes.
You're still
Yes.
like a small piece of a brick.
A small brick piece, yes.
Yeah,
you were
it's
kind
better
of
to
like
be
a
a
brick.
bigger brick than a small brick, because then you have more impact.
No.
Like-
Yeah, as the brick, but I don't want to be a brick. So
Well, you've been a brick multiple times.
But you're
because
still a brick, you know, like if you're gonna be a brick, at least be a good brick. Like you don't want to be the shitty brick.
no, I can be the shitty brick and the amazing castle. Perfect. Should we go eat, or should we go?
Yes, let's
for
go.
The other thing?
Let's go eat
Nice.
Yeah.
back to the same place.
Why is it that every time I make an analogy or a metaphor, you cling on to that? Like you have the lumps, you have the bricks, like
Yeah.
it's the stupidest things that just become like reoccurring conversation pieces.
Yeah, brick lump.
Yeah. Well, you know, it has become like a key theme of this campaign. Don't be a brick.
You're like different materials, like lump of clay, brick. Like what's next? Like
I mean, both are the same
plaster?
material, right?
Nah.
In Minecraft terms, it's the same sort of. Because you smell the clay to get.
Yeah,
the brick.
but sure. But I'm thinking more of a stone brick, you know,
Mhm.
or deep
Right,
slate brick.
Right. Well, we had back to the shades.
What?
Right,
What? Yeah, that's where
To
we're gonna
eat.
eat. Yeah, we need to take a short rest first.
Do you think they have food?
Good berries. That's what we're gonna eat, man.
You're gonna eat
Nice.
good berries and you're gonna
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Arisa's like, well, we can eat now.
But we need to take a short rest. That's why.
Yeah, but we can
We
still
haven't
eat
taken
now.
any damage.
No, but okay. Storm, you can get the boon as well.
Oh, let's go short rest. Well done.
I mean, when you have a warlock in the party and you say we should take a short rest, the warlock would always say yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so you head back to the True Shades then.
Yeah.
All right. You're greeted at the door by the twins as usual, who you kind of were able to figure out that they were probably Wally and Zash, as Karash referred to them.
Right.
But they're standing there. Zash, the man, is like, all right, so you doing good work?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We already have a plan to kill the priestess.
now we just have a few more people we have to plan to how to kill.
Mhm.
Simon, do you hear thunder? Is that what you're
Yeah,
yeah,
what the
same.
And I saw that shit as well.
Oh, you saw it? I
Is
didn't.
there a
Yeah.
thunderstorm outside?
Jesus.
Over here, yeah. So,
Ah.
for stream context, yeah, we live close to each other.
Yeah,
I should hear it like a
what?
few seconds after you.
Yeah.
I guess.
You know what? I'm next to my window. I don't want to check it to see if there's.
You're too far away, man.
Yeah. It
Could have
seems
been an
pretty calm over here.
explosion as well, who knows?
It's just darkness and I'm. Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty calm over here, actually.
Well, anyway, that was distracting. I didn't realize what anyone said after the thunder
No, I'm
struck.
sorry.
So,
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we have some plans to kill the high priestess.
Wally is kind of like crossing her arms, just goes like, huh.
You know,
Well,
she likes me, so I'm gonna stab her in the back.
aren't you kind of gonna kill like all the lieutenants?
Yeah, but that's like the first plan. You know, we need to plan for everyone.
So are you going for her first?
No.
Or... No.
I mean,
That's
we
the
could
last
go.
one.
We were doing
We-
the
we
That's
could
the
go for her.
easiest one.
the hall.
Yeah,
first.
but do we really want to go to the symposium hall first, then go downwards?
Yes.
Symposium
Well,
Hall
you
is
want-
probably gonna be the most difficult one. So
Yeah, let's like if you fail with that, we don't have to do the others.
That is true. Because
if you
we
fail with that, you're probably gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's,
So
let's
why
not-
waste our energy?
Mhm. let's not waste like work when we can just die on one of them.
We just sleep
Oh,
forever.
we're going to rest here for a while. Then we will look a bit different. Don't be alerted.
Well, I've already seen you change faces. Dara, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, name's Walia. My brother's Ash.
Wally and Ash, nice to meet you. I don't know
Cl-
if the rest
close
of
enough.
us have
Wally
introduced
and Ash.
themselves.
All right, I forgot to tell you. You know, the Shadow Mother. She used to be a champion of the Umbra.
A champion of Umbra.
Yeah.
I mean, makes
And then
sense
he
with the whole Umbra religion.
Then she betrayed Umbra, and now Umbra wants her dead.
Well, now it doesn't make as much sense why she introduced the Umbra
I
religion.
don't know, like, to fool people, like, oh, she's part of a god deity or something.
Fair enough, I guess.
No, she wants me to kill her as well.
Well, good luck with that. Did you need anything? You want to try to talk to Karash again, or are you just here to...
Just
Well,
No,
Yes.
we're
rest
just
and
very
eat our berries.
specific here to reset our batteries.
Alright, well, go ahead and do that then. They're just kind of like sitting down, talking to each other,
Mhm.
and you can take your short rests. And at the end of
Yay.
that, you're able to change your appearance.
Mhm.
So, Storm, you wanted to become a storm version of yourself,
Hang on.
or of a drow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like very wide mouth with kind of like sharp teeth for a drow.
Yeah.
Probably a relatively small nose, since Storm just has like nose holes normally.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be cursed.
With like wide set eyes.
Oh.
Not the prettiest person, but
Mhm.
I just in my head, Ken, I see like Driss to Erden combined with a Lizardfolk, and that's what you get for like star.
not false.
Jaxson is going for himself, so a really beautiful drow. Perfect nose.
Very important.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, you know, you can easily alter your appearance now, and
Bam.
Alright. Dara, what's a good drow name?
well, if you just want a good drow name, gosh, now I'm just gonna take something out of the bank, like
you hear from the other side of the room, you hear Walia say, "Did you just speak Undercommon?
Yeah,
I thought you couldn't do that."
I'm born different, man.
What, you were born today?
Reborn, yeah.
Uh-huh. Sure, but
I'm a drow now.
that includes language?
You know, I'm a drow.
Whatever.
No,
well, maybe you can call yourself Sereth.
Sereth. Oh, fuck. That's a new name.
Okay. How about
You got one for me. Starting with S,
Zareth.
ending with M.
You do realize I just have like a drow random name
Yeah,
generator.
but we don't know that. You
You
know?
got one with the S.
How about Sifrin for you, Storm?
Sifrim.
Yeah, with a P.
That sounds fucking
Sifrim.
trash.
Sifrim with a
Sifrim.
P.
Are you a nerd or something?
PH.
Where's the P?
PH.
Yeah,
For the F
so it becomes
sound.
like a sif. Like in phase, PH.
SIPH.
And used Jaxson. What about Malagdir?
That's too hard to say.
Well, Jiskin?
Something on J.
Jiskin.
Yeah, Jiskin.
Yes,
No,
skin.
no, I'm not gonna be called Clown, okay?
Okay,
Yo,
finally,
yes,
not me
kid.
coming up with a name that gets made fun of.
Here's a good one.
Yes,
Yamda.
Yamdam. What the
Yamda.
fuck are these names, man?
Yamda,
No,
Yamda.
You over there. What's my name now?
Jazrin.
Yasrin. Yeah, okay, sure.
Yasrin, bruh.
Yasrin. Yeah, that works.
Mhm.
Fuck you, Dara.
And Storm, your name will be Sorga.
I've already took
Yeah, he's
mine.
already-
Sifrim.
Sifrim and
Oh.
Yasrin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're
yeah.
matching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dara, what's your new name?
Dara.
Wow. You're so fucking clever.
Bruh. Okay.
Oh wait, I actually did
You do
make
have
a new.
a name from when you.
Yeah. I actually remember that. I'm just gonna double.
What's a good surname for a Drow?
Well, hold on. I just want to check what I named myself.
Shauna something.
Oh, you're right. Shauna was it? Yeah. I'm just gonna double check in my document where I put that. Shauna Barathra. There it was.
Berathra. Let's just everyone be called Berathra. We are siblings now.
Barathura.
Berathra. Yeah,
Sifrim doesn't quite look like the rest of the siblings.
nice. He was born different.
He was adopted.
Yeah. He's a foster kid.
Like
Dad
very
got adopted.
unique features in a group where everyone else just looks kind of like generic or
Mhm.
attractive, and then
Yeah.
Sifrim comes in looking
He
very
got brought as a kid.
looking very different.
Dad was unfaithful. That's the explanation. There we go.
hmm
Wouldn't it
Nice.
make more sense that the mom was unfaithful
Hey,
than
hey,
that
hey.
the dad just showed up with a kid one day and was like, "Here is your sibling." And the mother is like, "Oh, I must have forgotten that I got pregnant."
Nice. Well, now we can just roam free. That's so fucking awesome.
Well,
Oh god. Well,
Mhm.
you still can't enter the top part because you have to be invisible because you don't have a permit for it.
Well,
But-
you
but
know,
I
we
guess-
can head to the other wall, Lieutenant Inquisitor, and then we can just check that out,
Wesh.
and then we, yeah, you know, then
Yeah.
we do stuff.
Okay, scout that. Wesh.
Scout out.
Yep. Vesh.
All right. Well, we've been going for a while, so I think it's a good time to take a break.
Yeah.
Bam.
So we will go ahead and do that, and when we're back, you're heading over to Inquisitor Vesh.
Yeah.
And her things. So until then, see you soon.
Yep. See ya.
I started the stream when you started counting down, so
3.
I saw it live. Oh my god, awkward. Awkward, that's so
There you
cringe.
go.
That's so cringe, dude.
You have been betrayed. I'm sorry, my friend.
Yeah. You betrayed me twice this session.
Well,
I
the first
cannot
one was an
stand-
accident. This one was 100% intentional.
I cannot stand for this slight.
Hello, everyone! Where we last left off, the coworkers had finally disguised themselves with their newfound boon from Umbra, and now they're all out and about doing coworker things. And you were headed for Vesh, the Inquisitor's Veshmarin's whatever she is, or wherever she is. That's where what you're headed for. So, where are you looking?
She was in the guard barracks at the inner part.
Right.
So we will need to go up.
How many gates are there, like, on the wall?
There's only one main gate.
Before we leave...
Yeah.
Knock, 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 knock.
Door opens again. Yeah.
Hey, so, where is the other Wall Inquisitor?
There's only one Wall Inquisitor.
Oh.
The other one is responsible for the inner city.
Oh, and where is she then?
Well, she's at the garrison here.
Okay.
In the city. It's and he just kind of gives some vague descriptions. It's in the lower part of the city, so no need to sneak inside or sneak up to the upper part.
Well,
it's like, yeah, there's this outcropping, and on that, it's one of the few buildings that is fully constructed and not built into the caves or into the walls of the Sharanth cave. It's just this. Well, it's a keep.
So quite hard to infiltrate.
Well, it is a keep.
Good to know. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And so you make your way over according to the description of the road, and you find eventually the place that you were pointed toward. And it is like, as the road kind of like follows the sides, like natural caves, there is this part of the road where there is an outcropping, this like rather large, almost like a platform where the road gets really wide, and on that outcropping there is a pretty plain, just dark stone building, basically just this big cube, that is a keep.
Cube.
Excellent.
It's like a cube with a singular tower in one of the corners.
Okay. So it's not Daedalus' fault then.
I assume
Definitely
there are.
not.
I assume there are barely any windows in this thing.
Yeah, there are a couple of like smaller windows. There's like obviously around the entrance. There's kind of like the gate is a bit in a recession, and are like murder holes around it. The typical sort of construction for a keep, really. But a relatively small one. Like, this is not some huge mega citadel setup. You know, it's just a singular small keep. There are like walls that cut off the road on like each side of it, so that those gates can be lowered. But it's relatively low on like siege defense, except for that. But it is in a pretty good location and all that, and not to mention that there are probably not many sieges going on here in the city anyway.
What?
Indeed.
So
Well,
surprised.
You do see though that there are quite a lot of guards in the area.
as they
that's-
always are.
How does the entrance look, yeah?
Well, it is a gate. Again, it's like receded into the wall a bit with murder holes on each side. But you know, there are a couple of guards that are like patrolling the top of the building, like the roof, pretty much. You see at least two of them are posted in that one singular tower in the corner. There are some on like the like extra walls that cut off the road, but they don't really stop anyone. They're just kind of like patrolling, walking back and forth as like an intimidating show of force. And then there are just like a couple of guards that are like, there's this broken down cart that a couple of guards are just like working on, that kind of thing.
Okay, how would we do this, huh?
I can send in Florp and check through the windows and see if we can find, because the most important thing is just finding Vesh.
Try.
I can agree about that.
Florp in. Florp checks the windows.
All right. So you're just looking for Vesh.
Yes.
Okay. I'll say make an investigation check with Florp.
Oh god, if I could just give Florp the investigation.
It's a funny thing, but I don't know. I don't think it works that way.
Probably not. It's too good to be true. That kind of thing. It's a pretty high roll. Wait a minute, I'm just gonna check out Florp's stats. God, why is this loading so long? Okay, it's a 15.
Okay. 15.
Yep.
So, you go sending Florp to fly around, invisible, I assume.
Yes.
And he goes up to all the windows. You see a couple of different rooms, like one is just like some sleeping quarters with multiple like bunk beds and simple arrangements for sleeping quarters. There are a couple of guards that are sleeping right now. By sleeping, like the beds in this case are not like typical beds. They're more like couches, to be honest, like bunk couches, and most of them are like sitting up. You find like an infirmary where there's like a guard who is like injured, who seems unconscious, like some bandages and stuff. You continue to circle around. You find like a bit of an armory where there are, you know, wrecks with weapons. There's some spare sets of armor, shields, that kind of thing. And as you continue to look around, eventually you do find what seems to be a kind of office. And there you just barely manage to catch a glimpse of a drow woman, probably in her like mid 100s ish, relatively short, slicked back white hair, very serious face, like stiff militaristic shoulders, and she just disappears out of the door right as you kind of see this. And with her goes a younger girl, probably 12 at most, with braided hair, wears like a very small set of Inquisitor armor, but without the cloak, and is armed with a short sword and a crossbow.
Oh, she's training a baby Inquisitor.
But they just kind of like disappear out through the door, and it shuts behind them, and you're just left looking into this like empty office instead.
I see. Is it possible for Florp to fit inside as a small spider?
Oh yeah,
through the
no,
window?
he's small enough for sure.
Okay.
Like the windows are still like a foot ish.
Okay. In that
so
case,
he can
get
absolutely
inside.
get through.
Yeah, get inside, go back to his invisible full state, fly down to the door, spider again.
Okay,
Let's
so
see what we can
you're
find.
following them
Yes.
deeper into the keep. All right. Yeah, the two are just kind of like walking through the other rooms. Like again, it's just the typical kinds of rooms that you would expect in like a garrison keep. You know, more armory kind of places, more storage for things, that whole type of stuff. They're just like heading down. You see they eventually reach what seems to be like a kitchen on the lower floor, where the person you can assume to be Inquisitor Vashmerin stops at one of the two guards that are like cooking food at the moment. Like one is chopping up this like 2-foot long centipede. Kind of stops and goes, so, did we get the latest delivery of food then? Of course, Inquisitor. Everything is in order. You don't need to worry about anything here. Very well. You will have the food prepared within the hour, I assume. Of course, Inquisitor. Excellent. Thank you. She just continues through, like, basically just going through, like, a routine checking in on the different watchmen here.
Okay. And she's kind of walking all over the building.
Yeah, she just does like a quick round. She stops in what seems to be like a small, almost not a full-blown forge, but just like an area where some equipment can be fixed. And there's like a drow that is sitting there fixing up some chainmail, just like getting some new links that were missing. And she stops there and also just checks in on that and just does like a quick round all the way up to the top. Just checks in with some of the watch members there, and then eventually returns to the office.
The original office.
Yeah, where you first saw her leave.
Okay. And which floor was the office on?
That would be on like the 3rd floor. There are like 3 floors in total. And it would be facing sort of the front of the keep.
3rd floor, facing the keep. Window. I'll write that down so I remember it. Okay, nice. I got the information I need. Florp, unsummoned Florp, so... Okay. I know which floor she's on. She's on the 3rd floor facing the keep. And there's a window through to her office.
Is it big enough?
Not for you. Unfortunately.
You could climb up and Misty step through, but that would burn like 2 spells for you, Jaxson.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to get that.
So how would we get in?
That is a good question. I assume that we would have to distract the guards and get inside through some means. You said there was a big gate that is covering this entire thing, so...
Well, there's a gate to the keep itself, like the entrance. And then there are like walls on each side of it that kind of cut off the street, but those gates are always open unless there's like a siege.
Yeah.
It's a cube, right?
More or less, yeah.
How many floors is there?
There are 3 floors, except for the tower, which has like an additional floor.
3 floors. Okay, so somehow we get up on top of the cube, then Arisa, mold earth, whoop, we jump into that shit exactly above her, and with Florp where she is, so she is in her office, we jump down, kill her ass, fly out.
Yeah, I was thinking.
We could polymorph some people and get on top, but
Okay, we need to think about.
We just fly.
That is true as well. We could also fly.
Yes.
We fly. You know where that she is in the room. We fly. Bam. Then mold earth. Bam. Jump in. Bam. Kill. Bam. We out.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but we need to think of things before that. In which order are we going to take them down?
Well, so I do believe that Storm wanted to go for the Symposium Hall first, and then Vesh, and then the priestess.
Yeah.
And I can kind of agree with that, given that if we were the hardest one, if we were to do it by difficulty, would be the court mage, Vesh, and the priestess, I would assume.
Right. Well, I think that we need to keep in mind that we need some spells for each one, and we can't really afford to take a rest between them.
You could, with the timetable you've been given, you could probably take 1 short rest at some point, but it has to be done within like 2 hours tops.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
probably.
If that's the case,
Yep.
then Dara, could you cast 2 or 3 spells per rest?
If I were to exhaust everything, I could cast 3 spells per rest.
And don't forget, after we have done everything of them, what is his name? He will be lured out, and then we have to kill him as well.
So
Consort.
right, but okay. So
The thing is, I will clarify again. The consort is probably not something you'll do the same day. It'll probably
Okay.
take some time before he comes out. It's when the city starts kind of falling apart because nobody is able to manage anything.
Yeah.
That's when he will be forced to come out to steer
Perfect.
things up. So you will have like at least a day
Mm-hmm.
to rest and to set up how you're going to take him down.
Yeah. And beat up
Right.
Shy Gulshan if we need to.
If you
Well,
need to, yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
So I think the best way we do this is that we need to get into the symposium hall before,
Mhm.
write our names on the thing.
Yeah.
Then we can sneak in everyone invisible.
That is true. That would be a good idea.
But we can't sneak in there.
No.
That's the hard part. We need to like find
Brute
out a way
force.
we can't brute force our way in there because then they will probably check,
Yeah, well, then we destroy it.
and then everything goes into lockdown.
What do you mean, everything?
Like every Inquisitor will probably be in lockdown then, that they have multiple guards on them.
Yeah, well, that will be the same thing. Like, when we kill the Archmage, it will be locked down.
No, that's the thing that we
We want to be as sneaky as possible so that we
have
can.
about 2 hours before probably the whole city knows about this, so the Inquisitors won't be on lockdown if we do it in the right time frame.
Okay, so if we kill the guards outside the hall, and then walk in like nothing, do we kill them sneakily and then walk in?
We can kill them quite like fast enough, and it's heavily guarded, as he said before.
Yeah, well, we can't sneak in, so then we have to brute force it.
You know, we could.
I think the best alternative right now is to have our little meeting with Shy Gulshan. If we could get our hands on that seal, then we could get inside.
I have an idea.
I'm all ears.
If like the magic disappears when you're inside the halls, what if it's not on the outer wall, so you could stone shape a place on the outside and sneak in, like make a new entrance and sneak in that way?
Well, now that you mention it, Jaxson, Arisa had that problem where she wild shaped into the tower with the anti-magic field and couldn't get outside. We could get inside, but perhaps we cannot get outside.
The issue was that she found a crack in the wall that she flew through and basically reverted halfway through the crack.
Halfway through, so not in the beginning of the crack.
No.
Well, it
Yeah,
wouldn't have taken her through the entire wall. Basically, she entered that and got pushed to the other side as she reverted,
Or it is like that, but we walk up to the guard. You have polymorphed someone into a snail. Then when we walk up to the guard and they should show them the papers, we show them some false papers, then throw in the snail,
Or
and you become normal, but then you can walk and write everything.
he said that getting out is easier than getting in. So we could do that. So, if we could get you inside, that would work.
Yeah.
because when once we're inside, like only Storm would probably be able to navigate yourself without being like seen.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan, at least.
So we could try to distract the guards and let like a fly mosquito or something just fly in a storm.
Hmm.
Okay, or you
And then
turn.
the problem is, as soon as you get inside, you will pop up.
Yeah, exactly. But then you can, or you can cause mayhem as other drows,
Right. Yeah,
and
you
then
know, we could.
run away.
Hmm.
But they might be on lockdown then.
Perhaps. I think it might be a very
You know,
real
like
possibility.
it
Or
could
if
be
you just fight each other.
if it's a really bad attempt, I don't think they will go into lockdown.
Yeah,
So if
make it bad.
we just
Have
we
fists.
we can't really. I mean, we should shoot at them from far away, probably.
They won't walk up.
So
We
you
should
mean
go
they
there with. Uh. Walk up and fist them.
The thing is, we need to get out. Then, like we need.
Yeah,
to
just turn around.
But you know,
just turn
guys,
around.
maybe we should just go and check out Symposium Hall before we do anything and just see if we can find some ideas when we inspect the
We
surrounding
go
area
to Symposium Hall.
What's the time?
early.
Still early?
I mean, it's been a few hours, but it's not exactly like evening.
No. Okay, let's turn invisible and check.
We're drows.
No, but we can't get into the higher part of the city.
There goes Leon.
Alright. Right.
So we just need to sneak in there, and then it's fine. And then we check it out.
Yeah, invisible. And check out Symposium.
Boop. Invisibility.
Man.
Let's head there.
Alright, so you head up to the upper city.
Mm-hmm.
And you make your way over to the entrance to Symposium Hall. The big, gothic kind of wall that is like dozens and dozens of feet high. Probably like 100 or so feet to the top. Just this massive facade in the backdrop of the city. And there, you know, as you draw near, you see there are multiple like tiers with almost like balconies where there are guards posted. Because it's almost like the front of a cathedral in appearance, where you have like two tower-like outshooting parts, and then you have a slightly receded middle. Basically, again, strategic and all. You have the gate, the portcullis is rolled up or raised so that you can head through. Though there are, as far as you can tell, 4 heavily armored and armed guards that are like watching the entrance. That are like on the ground, but then there are more guards on the sides that are armed with crossbows, ready to kind of shoot at anyone that approaches.
You know, I would like to see wait to see if someone were to pass through this gate and see what's the standard procedure to get like identified and get inside.
Does it look like the image I drawn? Like the
Oh, let's see.
What the fuck?
I see what you mean. Kind of close enough, I guess.
So they are like on the outer towers. Are there a side that's pointing away from the door?
What do you
Or
mean?
the gate? Like, I assume that everyone is watching down to the gate, probably. Yeah. So, the towers, like the sides that are opposite of the gate, are they like shifted? Like, is there like a corner or something that you can hide in without them like watching?
Not really. I mean, the people,
Or is
they're
it like-
the benefit of that kind of that sticking out is that you can have the kind of side view as well, because then you can shoot down towards like closer to the gate, because you'll have people that are in this like extended part.
But like the other side of the gate, like, is there any like?
I mean, like inside.
No, like the just like look on the most right part of the image.
Mhm.
Like, is it going in to the mountain, or is it just like straight to the mountain?
I don't understand what you mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was very confusing actually.
Yeah, I know. But like, is there the outer edges of the like towers?
They're not really full towers, but yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So it's just, is it more accurate if you just remove the diagonal parts of the outer?
Yeah, I mean they're kind of 90-degree
Okay.
things,
Okay.
not incrementally.
Oh, so there is. Mm-hmm.
I mean, and like they're. I'd say that like side parts. It's. Oh God! What is happening? What is this now? This is even worse.
Is it one of these? Like there are two separate ones. Okay.
Yeah,
not
no, the lower one is more like I would say that the quote unquote towers are flush with the actual cave itself, so it's
Okay,
more
yeah,
like
fuck.
the center part that is a recession inward.
So they would still probably see you if you're on the edge of the tower.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck.
The way I understand what I think you mean, then yes. That would be it's difficult to hide. Like it's constructed for maximum vision essentially, and there are some minor balconies even on the like extended tower parts, so even then they could like see a bit better off to the sides. But yeah, this is like a very secure building. The only quote unquote option would be to just like bum rush them and try to, if you're going for like an assault, it's like get through before they can just shut the portcullis. That kind of thing, you know?
So basically throw Fritz
bro.
at it.
Well,
And the top of the towers, like when they merge with the ceiling, like the highest of high on balconies, are they manned as well?
I mean, the balconies don't go all the way up. So it's not manned all the way to the top. Well, there would probably be like something at the top as well, yeah, in case there's like an aerial assault. Kind of like the top
I thought we
wall
could
with
just,
the bat riders.
climb the ceiling to get.
Nah.
in.
Also, there's a great chance that the top floors would only really connect to the bottom floors anyway. And you'd kind of be stuck in like the towers instead of actually getting into the symposium halls itself. Because Dara, you know that like the entrance essentially doesn't immediately connect with Kalicia's Hanging Gardens. The entrance, like the gates, connect to what is called the Fungal Alley, which is almost like a long tunnel that eventually leads out into Kalicia's Hanging Gardens.
Fuck, why is it this hard? Come on.
Yeah. Well, I understand why it's kind of impossible. It seems almost impossible to get inside.
I told you my plan.
So we should just walk up, attack the guards with
Do some disturbance. I go in there with like a fly.
And how
Bam.
are we going to disturb them
Become
now? When
myself.
we know that there are like 20 crossbows pointed at the entrance.
You do some 20 crossbows.
Probably die from 20 shots.
Yeah, will you hide under something? Eh?
But like, what disturbance would even work is the question.
That's true, because if there's too much disturbance, they will just go into lockdown. And
We
that's
just
bad.
need something that will lure the guards downstairs just to go out a bit. And is there like a crack in the gate or something? Or like, is the gate fully closed?
You mean like currently?
Yeah.
Well, currently the portcullis is not like the portcullis is open.
Okay, so you can see into the like.
Well, there is like the portcullis is open, and then there's like the gate, and there's the smaller door on the gate, and that is currently shut. So it's not like free passage all the way inside, but you know, there's that little like door essentially on the bigger gate that can be open to let like people through.
And the door, does it have like a crack that like a fly could?
Hypothetically.
Okay.
I mean, it's difficult to make something perfectly flush with anything.
Mhm.
Like, there's pretty much always going to be a bit of nothing's going to be airtight, you know?
Right, so it should be able to get inside. Nice. Well,
Yeah.
okay, if that's the case, we just need to lure out the guards.
Well,
And we can't do anything too powerful, because then they will, like, know.
yeah.
Because if we use magic, they know there are, like, mages in the town.
Mm-hmm. And if we were to throw Fritz at it, they would actually find it threatening from a non-magic perspective and would go into a...
How far is it between the the walls and the closest non-government buildings?
You mean from the Symposium Hall gates?
Yeah.
Or the outer walls?
Like anything you can. No, so Symposium
Yeah.
Hall.
I mean, not far. It's not really government buildings necessarily. There are plenty of just like upper class homes in the area, but keep in mind most of the buildings are
Inside
just
the
like
wall.
they're just facades built into.
But are there like any things like in the open that you could hide behind?
If you just need something very basic to hide behind, then there are like bigger mushrooms, almost like trees.
Okay.
But it's
That
not
would
really
be
something
pretty
they
crossbows,
potentially.
potentially.
But it's not like right outside, but it is kind of like down the street just a little bit. Like if you go from the edge of one of the towers and you head down maybe like 20 feet or so, you'll get to like one of the bigger mushrooms.
Mushroom. We can teleport from the mushroom.
Hypothetically, you could, yeah.
We can teleport away from the mushroom boys.
Well, I
Huh?
guess that could work.
Right.
That is a very high level spell slot to burn on
Yeah.
Yep.
in the
But
heat
it's-
of the moment.
But it's only to scout, you know? Right now.
Yeah, right now, of
Are we
course.
up to do it right now? If we have a nice plan, or are we going to wait?
I think it's more worth it to wait, actually. It seems too risky at the moment.
Yeah, we could at least talk with Shygard, you know?
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we have something that might interest us more, but at the moment, we'll
Okay,
just have to
well,
talk.
Let's just like ask for like if the Shades has any crossbows or something, and then we just start shooting at the guards at the gate.
What do you mean Storm has a crossbow?
I mean, we should probably need more than one crossbow because Storm is going as a fly towards them, you know. So if we start
Great.
shooting at them, then maybe Storm can get inside,
Okay.
and then we just run. We run and turn invisible or something. That could
What
work.
a plan. What a plan.
I mean,
It
it's
is.
the best thing I think we can do.
It
Yep.
is a plan, at least.
The one that has the least chance of one of us getting killed.
I could also have Florp flying around outside and just screaming some anti-propaganda for against the Shadow Mother or something. That might at least distract them.
Hmm.
Or do we even have to distract them?
Well, it's hard. How or else are we going to get Storm inside?
If Storm is a fly, he just flies past them, into the door, pops out.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be very suspicious? And they are pretty. Well, then again, you are pretty good at sneaking, Storm, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is just a question to the DM. If assuming that the line for the anti-magic thing is behind the guards, would it be possible if someone were to fly inside, then quickly hide behind like a pillar or something and just sneakily run past the guards? Or
Well,
is it
if
like
you get past the gate, the guards on this side wouldn't see
okay,
you
okay.
at least.
Yeah,
Well, then we don't even have
assuming
to
that the
distract
anti-magic field doesn't go further.
Assuming that the magic field doesn't start until the fungal alley, then yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, then we could just like, we don't really have to distract them. We can just shoot a few bolts at them and then run.
Hey, Arisa has an idea. I can conjure animals and see how far they go.
Do that.
Yeah, let's go do that.
On your animals.
Can you do
Jacob's favorite.
like the
Yeah,
flies
that's
and
fine.
stuff?
Yeah.
Or we
Basic.
could have just done it with the floor, probably.
I'm just gonna double check conjure animals, so because I know that we can't choose, but if I were to say like 8 flies or something like that, would that be too much for Mr. DM?
Well,
It flies.
look, conjuration spells are fine outside of combat.
Okay, good.
Nice.
As long as you're not planning on just swarming the battlefield with like 1,000,000 creatures, it's okay.
Okay. Then we just go with the 8 flies. They are very easy to get past the guards.
All right.
Okay.
More
And see
difficult
how-
for you guys to see when they vanish, though.
Yeah, that is true.
Would
Well-
like Arisa know?
I mean, she would feel when one disappears, but she doesn't know how far it got if she isn't there to see it.
Yeah. Maybe if we just go and take
Fire fly.
Arisa wild shapes and we'll have to look basic. Or maybe you know what? Florp is slightly closer to the guards, invisible and looking where the flies start disappearing. If he
All right,
can see
make a
that.
perception check with Florp.
Perception check. And let's start with 1 fly to see if this works very well.
Sure.
Natural 20.
Oh,
All right. You see that they vanish right before where the portcullis would connect.
And that is way past the guards, right?
No, the portcullis is right behind the guards, and the gates with the door is behind the portcullis. So
Okay.
you wouldn't be able to fly through a crack in the door. You'd already be humanoid at that point.
Okay.
Or a
Like, look, this wasn't constructed by some rando that doesn't know how magic works. This
Yeah.
is thought through by mages from like 1,000, 2,000 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
And it's
Damn.
withstood all that.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay. I have the plan now. Oh wait, yeah. Do we know, Dara? Do you know if the towers are connected to the hall?
DM, are the good towers connected to the hall?
Make a history check.
Okay. 17 plus my history, and I'm
So
just
this
gonna
one.
check the. Yeah, 20 exactly.
20. I mean, the towers aren't exactly accessed from the outside. They are accessed from within, like the walls. But they wouldn't connect directly to, like, the Hanging Gardens, but like the fungal alley somewhere, like right on the other side of what would be like tower-sized buildings. So you wouldn't make it into like the main part of Symposium Hall, but you would be on the inside of the like portcullis and the gate.
Okay, so and the flies technically like got past the towers, right?
Well, yeah, they reached the inner
Okay.
receded area, yes.
So the plan is here, okay. Let's see here. We do a little bit of this. We are invisible, run up to one of the towers.
Huh?
Arisa opens up like the tower.
With
Storm
shape,
runs
okay.
in, and then he can write his name on like on the thing,
Hello,
so he
list.
can use magic.
Me?
Yeah,
Well,
because you're
all of-
gonna use my ring to cast polymorph on yourself, so you can become a fly and fly out. Because you won't disappear, because you are written into the anti-magic thing.
Do I only write my name?
No,
No,
you're
writing
right.
all of our names.
What was the first part of the plan?
We are invisible, sneak up to the tower. Arisa
Yeah.
will open up the stone wall, like a small hole. You get inside. Then you just do your sneaky shit. And
Okay,
then
do you think that will work? That they don't, it's not anti-magic?
we might be able to just open up the wall.
Because she won't be invisible when she casts the spell, right?
No, she won't.
Yeah, but then we just recast it and run away.
Yeah.
If
I mean, that does basically mean that she's gonna walk up right next to the guards, pretty much, start casting a spell, making a hole in the building, and then expect the guards to not cover the hole.
Yeah. Or going to
I
lockdown.
mean, like, they're on the tower. Like, where's the lowest balcony?
30 feet up, maybe?
Yeah, so we just do it under the balcony.
Right, but there are people on the ground as well. There are 4 guards on the ground.
In the
And
middle.
besides, like, you have people basically looking at the other tower. You know? Like, the people on the left tower are looking over at the right tower. Like, you have there are balconies facing, like, inwards as well. So if you're over here, you have a line of sight to the bottom of the other tower. You know?
Yeah, okay.
So it's pretty impossible to just walk up, open a hole, and no one notices.
No, but they will notice. That's the thing.
Right.
Like, we are invisible until that happens.
Of course, but then, like, how does Storm just walk through and expect nobody? Like, that's gonna cause pandemonium.
Okay, listen to this plan. You guys. Okay, so I turn into a guard as the new thing we have. I turn into a guard, and then you turn me into a small little creature as polymorph. Okay? Someone with great acting skills walks up to that thing, walks up to and wants to speak with the guards, right? And wants to come in. Show him whatever, then whoop. Because the guards doesn't stand exactly where the entrance is, it not exactly. So I will be behind them, and they will focus on the acting master. And just in case I am a fake guard, so then I just walk in, sneak away.
Hmm.
The
Well-
Maybe
focus.
the towers will probably see you pop up.
Yeah, and won't the guard thing disappear as well inside there?
Yeah, because it's magic.
Oh,
So you'll be a lizard.
I will be a lizard. Well, I will be behind them, right? Still.
Yeah, I mean, you
Just
have like
be good at acting, goddammit.
Yeah.
Will the
thing is,
tower see
the people on the balcony can probably look down to the gate.
that far
Yeah.
when I'm behind them?
Well, not behind the. If you make it inside, you're inside, basically.
Yeah,
Exactly, that's what I mean.
but there is
No
like,
way I can't
there is like,
don't have the time to get inside.
but you will appear before you get inside.
Because there's
But I will fly because you freaking threw me, bruh. You fucking throw me.
Yeah.
But then
you will make a loud crashing
you'll
noise.
fly into a wall, pretty much. Like, there's still the gate. Like, you're just gonna go flying face first into a gate.
Oh, wait. Okay, how do you get the gate open?
There's a door on the gate, or you open the full gate if you want multiple people to pass through at the same time. But there's like a small service door on the gate, essentially.
Ah.
If it's just like a single person that is going to be let through.
Yeah, this is a tricky one.
Right.
No, it's not. We just brute force it. And then if it doesn't work, well, topside world, here we come.
You know that like just brute forcing it, like 20 crossbowmen shooting at you at once. You're probably dead.
Where will
I mean, we could put Fritz down there, make him go on a rampage, and put the protection from poison on him.
That's my suicide.
We
Okay,
could
listen to this.
sacrifice Fritz, he's an NPC, right?
We could sacrifice Delvin.
Listen to this. Try one of the flies into the tower.
Yeah, one fly.
You toss the fly?
How the hell do you toss a
You
fly?
grab a fly and you
Fucking
squish it
Pokemon.
and you throw it, but you realize you squished it, so there's nothing.
Maybe a little larger creature is necessary to throw.
Try
Like,
a fly into the and look if it is when it gets dispelled there.
well, we already know where it gets dispelled.
You only
because we
tried the
already-
gate, you
the
didn't try the
tower-
towers, that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Right. So
Tower.
you go up to one of the like openings where one of the guards are posted, and you send him through, and I assume Florp is watching again. I need Florp to make a perception check.
Come on, Florp. You gotta do this for me, man. Okay, that is a 17.
It vanishes right as it enters the tower, essentially. Like right as it passes through the archway, it goes away.
Okay, we got a new plan. So can we be invisible and fly?
And fly? No, unfortunately, no.
Wait,
Mm,
can you make? So you polymorphs, Arisa polymorph Storm. You make Storm invisible, or the polymorphed Storm invisible.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because
Yeah,
then
but
you're
I'm not going up into the tower where crossbowmen are allowed.
This is for the scouting, right?
No. This is to we infiltrate through the towers instead.
Yeah, but we first need to like get inside and write our names before we attack.
Yeah, well, you can walk into the place through the towers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we can do the scouting that way, right?
What? What are you trying to scout?
We needed to find the catalyst or whatever.
Yeah, but we're still going to probably have to fight, right?
Not
Probably, but we don't want to fight as much because we have multiple fights that day.
because we want.
Okay, like this. You cast mayhem. I fly up with the invisible hawk, whatever I am. They are shooting at you. I fly up into behind them, so I land, and then I go down the stairs or whatever they have in there, and I'm sneaking away.
Yes.
Just a quick question for the DM. There are 4 guards at the front. How many guards are there up there?
Like per balcony.
I mean, there are some smaller sort of balconies. There are some bigger ones, but not every opening is like a balcony either. Some of them are just like windows. But in total, I mean, Jackson's the one that made up the 20 number. There's maybe like 12 that you can see.
Okay, 12 total.
And like
I mean,
4 of them are facing inwards toward the gate to begin with. But they're like, there could easily be more people inside. You could fill up the spaces even more. It's not at like maximum capacity, but that's the number that is like routinely posted there.
Yeah, 12 plus reinforcements. Got it. That
and then
like
another 4 on the ground.
Right.
Okay.
Then we
16 plus reinforcements. If I were to. Okay. Well.
Storm. Then you can use my ring to polymorph yourself and fly out when you're done. Because then you can use magic.
Do I have to attune to that shit?
Yes. Okay, then you can find yourself. It's the easiest way out.
Bruh.
Otherwise,
Probably
we
is.
sneak out somehow.
Yeah. That would probably.
You see at this
be
point,
the
like
best.
the door on the gate opens, and you see this nobleman that just strolls out.
Okay, we got the plan for that, right?
Yeah.
Done deal plan.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, good plan. We do that tomorrow.
But first we will meet with Shy Galshan.
Yeah, that's today.
Yep. Today.
Okay, nice. Well, let's just chill out until like 8-ish.
Yeah.
And then
We will have to pay for another night at the rooms, so I'll.
No, we're
Do
not
we really
sleeping
have-
there.
Do we really have? Yeah, right. We are not sleeping there anymore. We're sleeping at the sheds.
I suppose so.
Nice,
Okay.
nice, good. Perfect.
Know that we live there.
Oh, by the way, how are we sneaking into her office?
I told you.
No,
Fly.
Shy's office.
Well,
Shine.
Yeah.
we'll just go up there and let's check.
How
Look,
many
we
can
will
be
just-
polymorphed?
Only 2 at the same time. But then again, just make sure that we are disguised. Do not alert any of my guards. Oh,
That's the thing. She has a window. Is it opened or is it closed?
It's just a small window. Also, like,
Yeah, no, but if we are like flies and
well, yeah, you could fly inside them.
but is it so it's open? Like
Yeah, I mean, there isn't really like
glass.
You also don't need glass that much when there's no wind.
Yeah.
And there's no weather.
We can just fly inside. Us three. Nice.
And we couldn't go invisible inside the tower, the guards' barracks,
we
right?
can be invisible there.
I mean, I'll say this. She does say be disguised and do not alert. Alert probably means don't like storm them or come as yourselves, you know. Don't raise any
Okay.
suspicions.
Let's just go up to the guard, say that we have a meeting with her.
Yeah.
And then you can use your merchant personality. 'Cause that would work.
Well, then I don't want to be Sifrim,
Why?
because then they know who Sifrim is.
It's too late for that.
Now,
So
Are you gonna?
if
are
I
you
take
gonna...
a short rest, I can change it.
Yes, you can. But you
Exactly.
okay?
again.
What is your new name?
I am not getting a new name.
The thing here is that it will work because Dara's other personality has been there. We had a meeting with her because like all the like bribery and stuff, so she can have like ask for a meeting again. And if we say that we are just family, like we're also like family with her, then it won't be suspicious. But if you're just a random person walking with someone into the meeting, they will be maybe suspicious.
What would make you think that I wouldn't become a Drow?
No, but like
I don't think you can become anything but a Drow.
you need to like if let's say like Dara is a person that they know.
Yeah.
She's accompanied by random people that doesn't have a connection to her.
Yeah.
That are Drows. That would be a bit suspicious.
Do I look like a family member to Dara at the moment?
No, but we are the Raethrans or
Well, do I look like?
Drow.
Jesus, you just made that shit up. I didn't make myself look like Raethran.
Ara,
make
Ara.
yourself look like that then.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay,
I will do
nice.
that.
Yeah, short rest.
When?
Oh.
Wait, and then we go.
So do you head to the Shades? Is that it?
Yeah, shades, short rest, wait until we have to get there.
Yeah.
Alright, then we're just gonna go ahead and fast forward until the 20th hour of the day. As
Storm.
you...
Dun 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 dun.
Jaxson, did you say something?
Yeah, Storm, let's be twins.
Bam.
Nice. Yeah, we're twins.
Put your
Ah,
microphone closer to your mouth, man.
Alright.
This is Sifrin, and this is my twin brother.
No,
Wiprecht.
no more Sifrin.
Oh, see, that's not Sithrim.
Ah,
It's Jizskin.
Fucking that name, what the fuck?
Well,
Nice.
Jazrin and Jizskin.
Nice. Good. Let's go. Yes. Yeah, we head down. We head down.
yeah.
You skin
Okay.
out.
Well, you head over to the good old wall that you've been to a couple of times now. And as it is approaching the 20th hour, or 8 p.m., you see there are way more guards down here than there used to be, and like especially the tower where the Inquisitor, where Inquisitor Shai Gelshan's office is like just a fortress, absolutely. Like they've doubled the guards outside, and you can only imagine how many people there may be inside just guarding her office and whatnot. But you essentially make your way up to the entrance. Would you say that you are early or just on time or late
Like-
or
5 minutes early, maybe.
Yeah, like very, very, very slightly early.
okay? So as you get there, the guards just kind of stop you and go, "Halt! The Inquisitor isn't seeing anyone at the moment."
Well, actually,
Jiskin has a meeting.
Who?
Yiskin has a meeting with her in
Yeah.
5 minutes.
She has
Yeah.
no scheduled meetings.
Could you maybe just ask her? It's really
No.
important. Our sister here, her papers has been stolen, and she was the one who gave the papers to.
Yiskin gonna save her.
I apologize for my twin brother. He's a bit slow in the head.
Might I suggest seeing Inquisitor Veshmiran?
We already tried that. Could you just pretty please just ask her? And if she says no, we will leave. Never bother you again.
There is nothing to discuss here, and at that point, the door opens to the tower, and you see the Inquisitor herself, Inquisitor Galshan, standing there. Says, of course.
Yiskin.
Don't worry. These people are authorized to enter. Come on. Don't be
Thank you.
shy.
Thank you.
And she
Told you.
walks
Yiskin
inside.
5 minutes.
They just kind of like look at you.
Authorized.
And she just says,
No, I didn't say to her.
no, but she turns as
Oh.
you have entered and
Oh,
says,
you're nice.
2 of you, please follow me.
Yeah, I follow.
No, she says that to
No,
the
the
guards.
guards.
And
Not 2 of us.
2 of the
them.
guards
Oh.
escort you.
2 of you, not Yiskin.
She takes you up to the office. Outside the office, you can already see that there are 3 guards plus 1 person that is dressed kind of like a mage. And the 2 guards that are escorting you, she just says, please wait outside here so that you can escort these fine folk out once we have had our conversation. And she just kind of like turns to look at all of you and gives you like a semi-smug look of like, you know what this means, don't try anything. Because at this point there are 5 heavily armed and armored guards and a mage right outside the door.
Never stop us.
Yiskin, attack!
And she goes inside and seats herself behind her desk and says, please, someone shut the door. Well, welcome back.
Lovely
Oh, thank you.
establishment.
Quite convincing
little bit
disguises
dark.
for someone with worse eyes than me. You see there's a Storm, at least you would instantly notice this. There's like a strange shimmer over her eyes.
Looking like magic or...
Just a bit of a magical sheen to them, yeah.
Mm.
But she just looks over at all of you. So, I've got a thing or two that I'm trying to figure out here.
Oh,
What are you
interesting.
trying to achieve
Just
here in the
some
city?
friends.
No, really, why did you try to kill me?
Well, we thought it was the easy way to get some money, that kind of stuff. And we also had,
Spontaneous, like we just thought like, oh, why not?
yeah, we kind of didn't really have a plan for actually what we wanted to do with you. We kind of just got a little bit bored.
We were a bit angry because you forced some money out of us.
Are you speaking the truth with us?
Partially, at least.
Partially,
I mean, we didn't have a plan when we actually attacked.
no, we didn't have a plan, and we wanted our money back.
She
Yeah, that
says,
was
I know that is not the full truth. Let me give you a word of advice here. You cannot lie to me.
I am 27 years old.
You're not.
The mage has done something.
This is some bullshit.
This is some bullshit.
I am very good at my job. There's a reason why I have this position. It is my job to tell if someone is lying or not. You cannot lie to me.
Cool.
The
Very well.
slightest twitch in your face, the slightest tension in your skin, anything, and everyone has a tell, anything visible I will pick up on. Anything I can hear I will pick up on. So please, just don't bother with your lies.
Well then, Dara, go through it.
Well,
Yeah.
we're kind of doing this big, this kind of big picture thing, you know, trying to like changing the state of things around here, and you were just the first, quickest, easiest target we could see.
That's the truth.
Then let me tell you that you chose very poorly.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah, we should have gone in full force. That was a very poor decision.
No,
We were close though.
I am telling you, you chose poorly. Because I can be a great asset as well.
Yeah, you know, we can be friends.
Mhm.
I wouldn't go so far as to call us potential friends, but I
We
would
could-
say that we
Coworkers.
could ally ourselves temporarily in some capacity. See, I think our interests, while they might not align per se, can certainly be compatible.
Sounds like you want someone killed.
No. You want
What?
someone killed. You want
Yeah.
to take down the government, the sisterhood in Sharanth.
Fine.
And
preach.
That,
Yeah.
to me, is not necessarily an issue. That might come as a surprise to you, but let me tell you that there is something else that I desire more than this office, this position. I want wealth. I want money. And I don't
I
want to
like
have to
you.
worry about it ever again. And so, while I don't think that you could necessarily set me up for life, you can get me a good portion along the way. After all, this business of admitting people is not as lucrative as I had hoped when I first was sent here. No, I want money. And I can help you in return. So,
wow.
Okay, so you ain't becoming the leader when we sabotage this whole thing.
I will buy my way into becoming a socialite. But I don't crave the top of the hierarchy.
So
Not
you
the throne, so to speak. I just want a very comfortable and nice long life.
So you're not loyal to the Shadow Mother.
I am loyal to the gold they give me.
Okay, fine. Then we have. Then we can work together.
All right. Now it's just a matter. Now that we've settled our differences, it's just a matter of price.
Indeed, and I will not budge on it. However, the matter is more what I can do for you to make it acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have one thing that we wish to do, but
We
let's
already got the
say-
plan straight up. What can she help us with?
Yeah.
And what is this plan? You
We'd
want to
we'd
get
like-
inside Symposium Hall, that much is quite obvious. You'll need access. I can
That
give
was
you
easy.
access.
Could-
Whatever convoluted plans that might risk all your lives, no. You don't need that. All you need is me. I'll get you inside quick and easy. Nobody will ask a word.
That's nice.
Yeah, that sounds like a good.
Could you also write the us on the obelisk or the cat thingy, magic thingy?
You can do that yourselves while you're inside. I trust you're not entirely incompetent.
Fair enough.
What I'm willing to offer you is a way into Symposium Hall and just about any information you want. However, I need the money.
And how
What
much?
money?
10,000 gold.
10,000 gold. Do they have a vault or something?
I'm sure that there is money inside, but it is of no concern to me. I want 10,000. That will set me up well enough.
Okay, we could do that. We could get the money.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
Do you know any like blood contracts or something?
No. You'll bring the money when it is time for us to get you into Symposium Hall. I have ways of ensuring that I get my money.
Okay, so would you accept like platinum bars or something?
Platinum bars. If you wish to pay me in platinum, so be it.
Like a big
But I want currency.
Fuck.
I see. You're not one for physical things except for money.
Money can buy me physical things, and I can probably find me some good deals for
Does
it.
it have to be in like Underdark currency?
We
Because
have
we don't have-
currency from all over the place that has
Okay.
been amassed over a long time. Money is money. Doesn't matter where it comes from.
Mhm.
So you're telling us before you give us the things that can make us walk into the Symposium Hall, you want the money.
I want the money when I take you to Symposium Hall.
So
What do you mean?
Trust me, I will get the money or things will not go well for you.
What do you mean when you get to the
Like-
Symposium Hall?
we give it before we head inside. Like she won't take us inside if she doesn't get the money.
Here is what I suggest. You can have some time to decide when you want to do this, if you want to do this. If you're interested, you send me a messenger. Once the messenger has reached me, you have until the next day at noon. At noon the following day, you come to the steps of Kalicia's library, and you go along with everything that happens.
Well,
Written
guys,
that down, Dara?
well,
Insight check, is that what you said?
Yeah, I want to see if
Sure.
she's fooling us or something.
yeah, you know what? I kind of want to do that as well now that you think
18.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, 18.
I want to check it myself, and let's see. It is 25.
Yeah,
Insight.
she's truthful.
Well,
As far
she's
as you
loyal
can
to the
tell.
well, you
Okay.
seem loyal to the coin, that is for sure.
Dara,
Huh?
do you still have some of the platinum left?
Yeah, I should have a lot of platinum left.
Well, then we have the money. Nice.
Excellent.
Well,
Just make sure that you bring the money.
it is for a good cause.
Then, of course, if you have any questions that you want as part of this deal,
And how would we know that you just say this and then you get your 10,000 gold and then you say, "Oh, arrest them. They're trying to sabotage everything."
that is the thing with transactions that happen under the table. There is no insurance for one side.
No. But
And
are we
right
really going
now-
to give you 10,000 gold straight up then?
I mean,
You
Storm,
will
if
give
we
it
die,
to
we
me.
don't have any money to use.
What? What did
You
you say?
will give it to me when we are going to Symposium Hall.
And
You will be at my mercy, as is obvious. But it is the easiest way for you to get inside Symposium Hall.
I agree about that.
Oh,
The questions, are they after we give you the money?
Considering that I have safety measures that I can enact if you back out of this deal, I am willing to answer your questions now.
Where is the court mage?
I can give you the room or the quarters that Mistress Malisan stays in. You will not have difficulties finding her.
Right. And do you think we should just write her name down in the anti-magic thing? Just get as fast as possible to her room, deal with her.
I don't care, and I don't know what your greater plan is except to dismantle this government.
Hmm.
Fair point.
Fair.
But I suppose we're probably gonna do that anyway and just write down her name and
Nice.
going with it.
Okay then.
Also, I should say that as part of this deal, I don't want to ever get bothered by you again. No more attempts on my life. Trust me, you won't see your coin ever again, no matter what you do.
Wait. Any questions, you say?
Within reason.
I was gonna ask where the bastion is.
As if I knew.
Where are you guys trained?
At the
Jaxson.
bastion. Doesn't mean I know where it is or how to get there.
Jaxson,
Oh,
only the highest of the highest order knows
And you
where it
think
is.
that what was his name? What was he called now again? Like the last one.
You mean the consort?
Yes.
Gorash,
That he
no,
knows where.
Virus.
Of course he knows. He's the only one that has direct contact with the Shadow Mother.
Perfect.
He is, after all, her husband. Or one of them, to be precise.
A husband.
A consort.
Right. Well, thank you. I think that's everything we need to know. We will
Really?
probably be out of town for a few days.
You wouldn't make for very good inquisitors if that's all the questions you have.
Well, we are not inquisitors.
No.
No. I have noticed.
Yeah. We're kinda in it for just doing quick changes and leaving.
Okay. Inquisitor Vesh?
Veshmeren, yes.
Yes. What's her strength in combat?
Same as mine.
Okay.
Write down none.
And the kid?
Valera.
Yeah.
Well, she is lacking in training. She's young after all.
Nice. Then we can spare her. I think. Do you guys have any more questions?
And I suppose Priestess Elsara has quite a bit of power behind her, or is she just...
She's a priestess, not the most powerful person in the world, but she is capable, and there is always someone else nearby to help her out.
Yes, but we have a plan for that already, because she trusts me and I can kill her.
That may be so.
Yeah. Well, nice. Is that everything?
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I do not have any more questions at the moment. I just want to clarify. We send a messenger. The day afterwards, we meet at the library, give you the payment, and you send us in.
Allow me to clarify one thing. When you send the messenger, everything needs to be done shall we say, low profile. Send a letter that doesn't speak anything of this, only mention the name Zasha.
Sasha. Be
Sasha.
discreet. Only mention Sasha.
I will know what that means. And remember, you only have until noon the following day, whenever you've sent the message.
I see.
If you're late, the deal is off. And I will enact my security measures to ensure that I get payment for the trouble anyway. Trust me, I know more about you people than you might think.
Whatever
really?
you say.
When is his birthday? I point to Storm.
Important things.
Yeah.
What's
Not
his last
that.
name?
How much gold is he currently carrying?
That's not important.
That
Yeah,
seems
fair.
like a very important question.
Okay. Happy to have this meeting with you. We will see you in a few days.
Indeed.
Yep.
We'll
Well,
go up and leave.
Yeah. You make your way back out of the walls. You're escorted outside by the guards that followed you inside. And from there, I suppose we will be picking up next time.
yeah.
So,
Okay,
Yeah.
it's fucking epitaph all over again, bro.
Well, it's only
Oh, I
10,000
did. Yeah, yeah. Oh, boom, bro. Boom.
Well, it's only
Oh, deal.
10,000 gold.
Deal.
It's not like we lose an item, and you know it's
10,000 gold. Storm ain't walking down this whole rabbit hole and
You know-
giving her
you know
10,000 gold.
Dora's money though.
Yeah, exactly. Dara's money. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
well, you might make it back, you know?
I can walk out of this rabbit hole whenever I feel like
Yeah,
it.
but you might find 10,000 gold on a table inside the
That's the
symposium
thing.
hall, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely,
Or in the Bastion of Shadows.
absolutely. Well, we don't with our luck.
Well, maybe. We'll
We'll
see.
see.
Jacob putting up like one artifact worth more than 10,000 gold. You just have to give away that.
We've walked past so many fucking magical items.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna put a legendary item in here just to see if you find it.
Do that.
Well, if we do, you're gonna have a headache.
Well, depends on what legendary item I give you.
Super
Anyway,
glue. Super glue.
that's it for this session. Some interesting plans, some of which got kind of thrown out the window rather quickly.
Yep.
Disking out.
Yep.
Never to be seen again.
Until next time, everybody. Have a good one.
Peace out.
Bye.